What's going on, Browns fans? Welcome into our final regular season watch party for the 2023 season. Browns versus Bengals. Man, I did not think that this game would be meaningless for both teams back at the start of the season, but hey, if the Browns get an extra week to rest some of their guys, I'm not going to complain. So let me know who you got right now. Browns versus Bengals in the chat. It feels so sad that the season is basically done. I know we still have the playoffs, and that's true for the Browns and other teams, but the end of the regular season, it does feel like half of you dies, but the other half of you goes, we've got some real important ball games coming up here. So, who you got? Browns versus Bengals. Get in the chat right now. Time Man the Buckeye says CLE. Mike Dibble's in the house. I've got K. Britt taking the Bengals. Boo K. Britt. Kenny Britt was overrated. Dobro's taking Cleveland. Corey Duncan taking Cleveland. Let's go Browns coming in from David. Captain Steele saying let's go Browns. Get those CLEs in the chat like Blake is doing, like David's doing, Kimberly Hurst, Jersey Dog. That's what I'm talking about, Bill. Way to be a team player. Tim Green. Tim, I got your wonderful Christmas card. Thank you so much. Go Browns to Eli, Austin, and Wesley. I love the card. Filled with so many great family photos. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Although it's too late to say Happy New Year, and I am going to side with Larry David on that one. So, to the entire Green family, let's go Browns. All right, we got some super chats already before we even got the plane off the ground here. So, our engineering team is going to get those on screen for you in just a moment. But let me know where you are watching from in the meantime. Shout out your city. It's always fun to see where everyone tunes in from. Over 100 people watching already. Just 27 likes, though. Don't make me be that asshole that says, the bell does not dismiss you. I dismiss you. Like the video. Hit the thumbs up button if you have not already. Let's see. Ray's watching from Phoenix. Corey's in Orlando. I've got Kent in the chat. I've got Time Man saying go Huskies. Yeah, big game tomorrow. Who you got? How about that one, too? Ohio State. Oh, I'm sorry, Time Man. I was reading your name. I was just thinking about it. Michigan or Washington. Ken G, good to see you, my man. Let's go Brownies, Ken. Eli is in Iowa. Pancakes is in Pittsburgh. We got someone behind enemy lines. Jacob is in San Antonio. I've got Easton, Maryland in the house. I've got Oxford, North Carolina. I've got Connecticut from Ken. Blake's in Philly. David's in Minster. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Captain Steele is in Cleveland. And just like that, a $100 super chat. Everyone starts spamming Jeremy. Cool guy already knows the routine. Let's go, Jeremy Stallman. That's what I'm talking about. Petey, thank you for a hell of a season and all you guys do. This has been fun, but guess what? It's just getting started. It's time to get excited for Browns fans. Let me hear you type Petey in the chat for MVP of the season. Give yourself a pat in the back. Let's go Browns. Jeremy, respectfully, I'm going to request that people type Jeremy in the chat because you're the MVP. Jeremy, I cannot thank you enough for all of just not your overall support and generosity of the channel, but the way that you rally around other people in the chat. Jeremy is one of the most kind-hearted people I have ever met on YouTube. And I know that just feels like a bit of a weird YouTube relationship, but honestly, Jeremy, you're a real one. You're a fucking MVP. God bless Jeremy Stallman. If we had 100 more Jeremy Stallmans in the chat, the Browns might be undefeated. I'll put it that way. I'll say the quiet part out loud. Jeremy, thank you so much, but you're absolutely right when we say the season is just getting started. Kevin Stefanski, after the Jets win, said, hey, we've got another season coming up, the postseason. And he's right. Like, there are 3 seasons, preseason, regular season, postseason. First one doesn't really matter much, let's be honest. The second one gets you into the big one dance. And we got a big postseason coming up here. Browns either going to play the Texans or the Jags next, I'll say it, Saturday most likely. I feel like the Browns and AFC South champ is destined for the first playoff game, the one that the networks deem is not the most desirable matchup, but I don't care. It's playoff football, baby. Jeremy, let's go Brownies, dude. Shout out to you. Ray Bidding also with a $5 super chat. Let's effing go, JD. Let's make it 12-5. Jeff Driskel, you are a Cleveland Brown, and hopefully you join a lot of quarterbacks that have won this season. Deshaun Watson, P.J. Walker, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and Joe Flacco now. Ray, appreciate you. Let's go Brownies, guys. Now, before we get on to the rest of our pregame show today, I do want to tell everyone about our great sponsor, Factor. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery service takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolution. Forget frantic lunch preps and rushed dinners. Factor's 2-minute meals are your secret weapon to the new year. Fuel up fast with restaurant-quality meals, all delivered right to your door. Head to factormeals.com/BrownsChat50 and use code BrownsChat50 to get 50% off. That's code BrownsChat50 at factormeals.com/BrownsChat50 to get 50% off. Browns Bengals. Let's go. Let's get ready for game day. Let's lock in, because I know right now it might feel like it's a preseason game, but no, we got some work to do today. So lock in for the game, because the Browns are going to be resting a lot of key guys. But I do want to share our Super Chat menu following Ray Bidding and Jeremy Stallman Super Chats. First-time Super Chatters, we sing Here We Go Brownies. All Super Chats get a shout-out. $5 Super Chat, I figured if people liked the letters so much before, why not roll them back again? So if you send a $5 Super Chat in, email me, Matthew, with 2 T's, at chatsports.com, your address, and I'll write you a handwritten letter with my full NFL playoff predictions once we get the playoff picture set later tonight. $10 Super Chat, I drink out of my dog bowl, and then $50 Super Chat, we add you to our MVP board. So that is our Super Chat menu today. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. Let's go Brownies. As Bill just sent in a $5 Super Chat. Bill, we'll throw that on screen. Okay, I don't get this. People are saying update the thumbnail. The thumbnail's right.
It's a YouTube bug right now. I'm trying to fix it right now. It shows for some people the Browns Jets thumbnail, which
it shows me Browns Bengals.
I know.
So
some people see Browns Bengals, some people see Browns Jets. It's going to be Browns Bengals here in a sec, no matter what.
Yeah, that's very bizarre, because like Time Man said it says Browns Jets, and I'm like, I know that bug sometimes exists, or I just didn't update it from last game, but I did update it, so I was very confused. Very, very strange. Hopefully YouTube figures it out here. Okay.
Not our fault.
See, Cool Guy says Browns Bengals for me. Very weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Bill with a $5 Super Chat. Let's go, Jeff Driskel. Lead us to your jersey number. Go Dogs. I like that from Bill. Bill's a bit of a wordsmith. That is reading in between the lines right there. I do want to add to Jeff Driskel starting, which, Bill, by the way, thank you for the Super Chat. We'll throw my email at the bottom of the screen periodically throughout the video. So if you send a $5 Super Chat in, you can email me your address, and I'll write you a letter. I know that sounds a bit strange, but trust me, the high of getting mail that's not junk mail is something you're going to chase for a long time. It could end the drug problem in our country if people just got mail. That would be the new high everyone chases. People are sitting. That's how I was going with this. So, starting offensive line, it looks like it's going to be Leroy Watson at left tackle. So no Christian, and then Michael Dunn at left guard for Joel Petonio. Good. I don't want Petonio even on the sideline. Like, get him away from the field. Let his back get healthy. Center, Nick Harris. Give Ethan Posick, who is battling a stinger still, another week off. Right guard is Luke Whippler. So we get to see the rookie out of Ohio State start for Wyatt Teller. And then right tackle is James Hudson, because you've only got so many backup offensive linemen, and James Hudson could probably still use the reps. So that is your starting 5 offensive linemen. I did see Okoronkwo warming up on the field. He is dressed. He is ready to play. My suspicion is Okoronkwo will play limited snaps. They'll see how his body feels after playing, and they want to see, can you still play with a partially torn pec of sorts, right? So they want to find out 2 things. Are you still effective? And what does your body feel like? How does your body respond to playing? Now, with that being said, there is the big question, which is this. Who do you want to play? Houston or Jacksonville? If the Jags win today, the Browns are going to Jacksonville. Done deal. If the Jags lose today, the Browns are going to Houston, and they're playing C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Who do you want to play? I go back and forth. On one hand, the Texans look like the much better team right now, and it's all about getting hot at the right time. On the other hand, the Jags have Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence. Two guys I would say I trust more in a playoff game than a rookie QB and first-year head coach in D'Amico Ryans. Now, C.J. Stroud and D'Amico Ryans are looking like the hotter duo at the moment, and Trevor Lawrence is not even healthy. So I feel like I lean towards the Jags because of that, but also I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be scared. But don't you feel like the narratives would write themselves if the Browns played the Texans without Deshaun Watson and Houston won? Like, those are the type of storylines that haunt me. So, who do you want to play? Let me know. The chat is rolling with Jacksonville. And that's where I'm leaning towards as well. I don't want to regret that, knowing Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson won a playoff game last year together at home. Might not be a good idea to pick them between the two options. But I don't think Trevor Lawrence is anywhere near healthy. He's been battling a knee, shoulder, head injury for the last 2 months. It feels like the Browns defense could wreak havoc against him. So I'll take the Jags as well.
By the way,
I'll take the Jags as well.
if we're looking at the chat, shout out to John Crookston. Said, dude, I just found you on YouTube 2 weeks ago.
Where's John? Where's
Right
John?
there, right above the message I put in there. Type HOU. John Crookston.
John Crookston. I'm looking.
You got it. I mean, it's right there.
Well, you put it out. You put it in a couple times.
Closer to the bottom.
Closer
Just
to the
put it
bottom.
in there.
John, I want to give John. Oh, I see it,
Yeah,
dude.
there you
I
go.
just found you on YouTube 2 weeks ago. John, welcome aboard.
Welcome to the
Let's go
jungle.
Browns. John. Let's go. Dibble just sent a $5 super chat in. Dibble, what's going on, buddy? Petey, thank you for an amazing season. I love everyone in this chat. Let's get this meaningless game. Finally, here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Dibble, let's go Browns. $5 super chat. Email me. That way I don't forget. Because at the end of the day, I decompress after a watch party, and it's tough to remember everyone that sent a $5 super chat in. But if I get it in writing, I can kind of check it off one by one when I go write my letters at home. So, Dibble, if you want a handwritten letter, email me, Matthew at Chat Sports, for a playoff prediction letter. But, Dibble,
Could we get
I do love, what's that?
I say, could we get a playoff prediction article as well?
We could do an article. I can hop back in my high school, college days. Yeah.
The old Chat Sports website is, a bit
It-
works, but it could use a little content refresh.
I do love that this is a meaningless game right now. But when we fast forward a couple of years and we look back at the Kevin Stefanski era, like, there are going to be arguments made, right? And people want to use things to fit their narrative. And the people that don't like Kevin Stefanski might go, he never won more than 11 games. Well, you're not going to remember this in 2029, but he sat all of his starters in 2023. So a meaningless win right now might seem meaningless, but for some it's going to be very impactful down the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for that reason, I kind of expect them to be more aggressive than you might imagine early.
Yep.
You've got to set a bar on how aggressive an offense can be with Jeff Driskel as the starting quarterback, but still got some quality running backs against the Bengals defense that hasn't been great this season. So
Spot on. Julian, what up, man? Remember me? I'm the one who is not on Jeffrey's list. If you have not liked the video today, the FBI is going to add you to Jeffrey Epstein's list. That is exactly what Quantico told me before we started. The guys from Criminal Minds called me, and they're like, we're going to start building a profile, and we're going to look at everyone who didn't like the list. You don't want to be on that list. That's a tough list to be on. I wonder if I want to know if everyone on that list who interacted with Epstein the absolute least, and is like the last person added to that list, but had like one group Zoom or something. And they're like, on the list. He's like, no.
No, like, God damn it.
Yeah, I was just picking up dry cleaning. They're in the same spot. That's all. Let's get ourselves to 100 likes, though. Let's go. Julian liked it. DeBros forgot. Liked the video. Cool guys all over it. Let's go Brownies. Let's go Brownies. Okay, let's talk NFL just in general here. Sam, can we throw up the playoff pictures for a moment? Because let's be honest, today's game is meaningless for seeding. I still think it holds meaning, though. Right? I would love to send the Bengals off to the golf course with a bad taste in their mouth. But I do want to talk about what's at stake today. So let's run through the AFC playoff picture. If you are just crawling out of bed and you slept through all of last night's game against the Texans and Colts, Houston currently holds the number 4 seed, but Jacksonville with a win would jump up to the number 4 seed, and the Texans would slide down to 7 temporarily, waiting for the Bills' result, and knock the Steelers out again temporarily. So here's what's at stake. The Ravens, they're done, right? They're the number 1 seed. The Dolphins, if Miami wins, they are the 2 seed. If Miami loses, they fall to the 6 seed, and Buffalo hops to the 2 seed. The Chiefs are stuck at 3. They're not going up. They're not going down. The Texans could go from 4 all the way to 6 or 7, actually. I don't know if the Houston Texans can be the 6 seed, but Houston,
I believe it's either 4 or 7.
I think it's 4 or 7. Houston will stay at 4 and play the Browns if Jacksonville loses to Tennessee. The Browns, as we know, are stuck at 5. The Bills can go all the way from 2 to out. I don't know if we've ever had a team have a high ceiling as 2 or a low floor like being out of the playoff picture in Week 18. But the Buffalo Bills, with a win, would win the AFC East. If they lose and the Jags win, the Bills are out of the playoffs. And one of my hot takes in the preseason was the Bills are going to be an underperforming team and they are going to miss the playoffs.
Imagine if that's the hill to die on and you're all the way down to Week 18.
Dude, I remember doing preseason watch parties and talking just NFL, like upcoming season in general. And I was saying, the Bills are not going to be as good. Like, the Bills are not running into a ceiling with the Chiefs in the playoffs. They are having bigger problems than just Mahomes' magic in that one AFC championship or divisional game, whatever it was. And they got exposed this year. But they can wipe it all away with a win in Week 18. The Jags, they are win and in. I also think, no, the Jags are out with a loss. Actually, no, if the Jags lose and the Bills lose, Jacksonville, I believe, gets the because they beat the Bills head-to-head in London. Yeah. So the Jags are not completely dead with a loss, but they would need Miami at home to beat Buffalo. By the way, we're trying to get to 32,000 subscribers. We're not going to get there until we get to 31,600 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and lock yourself in for the best free Browns content like John did just 2 weeks ago. Sam, can we also throw up the NFC playoff picture really quickly? Just because I want to look at what's at stake for the other conference, because there are some very impactful and meaningful games today on the other side of the river. So the NFC playoff picture looks like this. The Niners, they're done. They are locked in at number 1. Cowboys, Lions, and Eagles shakes out like this. If Dallas beats Washington, they are the 2 seed. If the Lions win and Dallas and Philly lose, the Lions are the 2 seed. If the Eagles win and the Cowboys lose, Philly becomes the 2 seed. The Bucs win, 4 seed. If the Buccaneers lose and the Saints beat the Falcons, New Orleans becomes the 4 seed. The Rams are stuck at 6. They can't go up, they can't go down. They are starting Carson Wentz today. The Packers win and they are in. Lose and they're not mathematically eliminated. They would need other teams below them to lose, but it would definitely impact their playoff odds. So Green Bay playing the Bears, win and they are in, lose and they are done. And that is a very interesting game in my eyes because Justin Fields' future in the Windy City very may well come down to one game against Green Bay. Now, Seattle plays Arizona. They need to win, and they need the Packers to lose to get in. The Saints win, and the Bucs lose. They are in. And don't even try and look at the Vikings or Falcons playoff path. It is a long shot. So, with that being said, those are the NFC and AFC playoff picture. As Brad, and I've been looking forward to this for a couple hours now, ever since last night. Number one Browns fan with a $5 super chat. F Pitt, and you're the best host, Petey. I love watching live streams. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Brad was super chatting over, I mean, not being a whore or anything, but he was over at our Steelers channel here, just poking the bear, just getting after, getting underneath Steelers fans' skins. And Brad, I don't know if you caught it, but shortly after your super chat to Jack Sperry at Steelers Talk, I sent a super chat in responding to you. And I swear, Steelers fans think I am like an Al-Qaeda recruiter. They fucking chant Def FPD every chance they get. And all I'm trying to do here is say, go Brownies. I don't get it. I kind of get it, but I don't get it. Brad.
It's a cruel world.
It's a cruel world. They're just jealous because their franchise is going in, I wouldn't even just say the wrong direction. They've won 10 games this year, but they are approaching a bad zone of we can't go up and we can't go down. We are stuck at 9 to 10 wins.
They're in shit.
Purgatory?
Yes, they're in football purgatory right now. They're just going nowhere.
They're going nowhere.
They're not going up. They're not going down. They're just right here.
But here's the issue.
Right in the middle amongst the average.
If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And they're not going to get a whole lot better this offseason because they're not going to have a good enough draft pick to secure one of these top quarterbacks. They're going to run it back with Kenny Pickett, bring back Mason Rudolph. That's going to wear thin real quickly. So I'm excited for the Pittsburgh Steelers downfall. It's coming. Book it. Papa T, $10 super chat. Let's go, Papa T.
First dog bowl of the day.
Yes. Cullen, can you please run to the kitchen and get me a Coors Latte? We have a new guy here. So everyone welcome Cullen when he comes back with my beer, because if you've tuned into a watch party before, you know there is one constant. I always forget something. And 9 times out of 10, it's a beer.
I feel like that's a constant, period. Just in the office.
Yeah. No one goes into a studio with everything.
Yeah. Everyone forgets something. There's only so many things you can.
Which I've got a lot of bells and whistles. I've got my computer. I've got my iPad. I've got my dog bowl. I've got the board. Usually we have a jersey giveaway or something like that. So there's always a lot of things going on here. Papa T, last game of the regular season. Let's go Browns. Playoff bound. Sauce me for the dog bowl. PD rocks. Sup Max. T-Men. I love the Thompson men. The Thompson men are Browns fans through and through. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Max. Let's go, Papa T. Let's go, Brownies. Dog bowl coming up as soon as the new guy gets back. Hopefully he didn't get lost. He found it. Let's go. The new guy has learned the kitchen already.
Go say hello.
Yeah,
go say hello.
Hop on screen. Just watch your head. That's okay. That's okay. Now watch your foot. Here we go. This is Cullen. Cullen, can I get a go Browns? Go Brownies. Let's go. Can I get your best mark? I'm going to give it a 7.8. 7.8.
Good scale.
Great. Hey, it is not something you pick up the first time, right? 7.8. Cullen, not Colin. My last job, I had a Cullen coworker. It's a pretty unique name. So back-to-back jobs, 2 Cullens. Last Cullen was awesome, too. So you got a big bar now. You got to defend the name Cullen for me. Or for that Cullen, I guess. All right. For Papa T, let's go Brownies.
Get 'em all coming.
Woo!
Do you just not say that anymore?
Only for shots.
But
you know what? Today, there's no shots. So we'll do cannonballs for dog bowls. It's a bowl.
Make an exception. Special occasion.
Absolutely. For Jeff Driskel. Jeff Driskel screams out at 3 a.m. in Phoenix or Glendale, Scottsdale.
How long?
Whole bunch of shots.
How late do you think he was up last night? Studying film. Getting ready.
No, Jeff Driscoll's not a film guy. Jeff Driskel was definitely crushing a 6-pack by himself. Because here's the beauty. This is maybe not unpopular opinion. I don't think unpopular is the right word. It's a undiscovered opinion. I love staying at hotels because it's an opportunity to watch TV, because I miss watching TV. The commercial breaks, they're worse on streaming services because they come out of nowhere. When you're watching a movie at a hotel, you get a nice little bathroom break. I love surfing the channels, putting on Shark Tank and Practical Jokers. But when you got streaming services, you don't get that anymore. I miss that. That's the beauty of staying at a hotel every once in a while. Jacob Kister, $2 super chat. One O&D guy normally backup that makes one offense and defensive guy normally backup that makes a big impact. Great question, Jacob. Offensive player normally a backup. Cedric Tillman.
Can I throw another one in?
Yeah.
Pierre Strong.
Pierre Strong. Okay, I'll take it. Cedric Tillman's borderline not a backup, but he's not wide receiver 1 or 2, so I'll toss him in there. But I hope today is the number 1 target. He could have his best game of his young career and maybe get his first career touchdown. Defensive guy, Alex Wright. The guy's been putting up some good plays, some good stats, some good reps this year, and I feel like Alex Wright, with a whole game in front of him, could put up some monster numbers, or at least, maybe not monster numbers, but some good numbers. So, Cedric Tillman and Alex Wright, those are my guys, Kistner. Paul Ayers with a $10 super chat. Let's go, Paul. Dude, you need to be on radio. You are great at your job. That's coming from a Ravens fan. Paul, I don't know what to say, dude. Thank you very much. Let me give you a dog bowl. Even as a Ravens fan, I'm sure you can appreciate it. And, hey, I love what I do, and people like you make my day even better. So, Paul, cheers to you, man. I'm not going to say best of luck in the playoffs, but be happy that no other owner tried to collude and get Lamar Jackson. That's what you should be happy about. Cheers to Paul, and cheers to the Browns.
Cannonball coming.
Okay, game time. Today's Browns report, by the way, is sponsored by Game Time. Now, Game Time does not want the dog pound to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. Let's say you want to go catch a Browns, say playoff game, baby, or you want to see a Cavs game, or you want to see any other sporting event in your local area. Game Time is the place to visit first. Now, what I love about Game Time is you can get the lowest prices. So there's nothing better than a spur-of-the-moment boys trip, but there's nothing worse than when that spur-of-the-moment boys trip goes down the toilet because tickets are so expensive. With Game Time, you can go without breaking the bank. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Download the Game Time app and then create an account and use code BROWNSCHAT for $20 off your first purchase. So download Game Time today, redeem that code BROWNSCHAT for $20 off. I view it as before you even step foot at the stadium, the arena, wherever you're going, Game Time with $20 off has got your first drink or your first meal or something like that. So visit Game Time today, download the app, last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. He's him with a $2 super chat. Let's go, Brownies. Saw American History X last night. Wild movie. I've never seen American History X. I've never heard of that movie.
Same here. Let me get a quick.
He's him is usually trying to catch me off guard with random stuff. I'm a big history guy. Never heard of this movie.
American History X.
What is this?
Ooh, Edward Norton. 1998 American crime drama film. Shout out to Wikipedia. No free
Yeah.
ads. American crime drama directed by Tony Kaye, written by David Kenna, stars Edward Norton and Edward Furlong as two brothers from Los Angeles who are involved in the white power skinhead and neo-Nazi.
Okay, so we're going to stop talking about this movie now.
Yeah,
this is what he does every time. I know that there's always some, gotcha at the end of it, and he got us this time. Speaking of good movies, I recently watched a really good movie called, what was it called? It was about the bombing at the Atlanta Olympics. Very good movie. Had no idea.
You've been telling me about it. I forget.
I've been telling everyone about it. Great movie. Jeremy Stallman with a $20 super chat. Jeremy, let's go. All right, chat. Once again, let's get fired up. Last game of the year, and it's playing the Bungholes. Let me hear you. Let's go, Browns. Let's go, Browns. Let's go, Browns. Let's go, Browns. Jeremy, 12 wins. 12 wins for Jeremy Stallman. Let's book it. Let's do it. Lock it in. Lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. You lock it up. Let's go. John Swain with a $5 super chat. For the last time this regular season, Elf, the Bengals, bring on the playoffs. John, let's all just go in a time machine. Who remembers that week 1 feeling after the win? I mean, just curb stomped Cincinnati, rainy game. Joe Burrow couldn't get anything going. The defense showed us what was going to come all season long. That was the best. That was a top 5 feeling this year, beating the Bengals week 1. If I'm ranking top 5 feelings this year, number 1, I would say, is comeback against the Ravens. Number 2, beating the Niners. Number 3, win against the Jets, just like securing a playoff spot. Number 4, beating The Steelers, 13-10, and number 5 beating the Bengals. Top 5 feelings this year. Let's go. Let's go Brownies, John. Let's go Brownies, baby. Okay, but Jeremy Stallman's right. Let's get the chat moving. Start spamming CLE. Let's go Browns. Let's go Browns. Let's go Browns, baby. I love that one rugby kid. Does he stop talking? No. If I stop talking, I am out of a job. This is the whole point of YouTube, baby. Talking. DeBros, no raffle today. No raffle, no 50-50 either. We're just watching football. I figured for week 18, we always have so many bells and whistles being added to our watch party, which I love, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to just kind of sit back week 18 and take in a very stress-free Jeff Driskel game. So no raffles, nothing like that. We're just hanging out watching football today. Okay, let's go. CLE's coming in from John Weston, from Ty Man, from B Slim. I've got Kimberly Hurst in the chat. We're getting ready for kickoff. Let's go. If you want the Browns to get to 12 wins this year and send the Bengals off to the golf course with a below 500 record, spam CLE. Let's go Brownies. Man, that's crazy. Zach Taylor, not even close to being 500. Like, people kind of forget. Awful start. It kind of helps when Joe Burrow is in the draft after you get the number 1 pick. That could be beneficial. Hot take. All right, here we go. Kickoff time. The Browns are going to get the football first. James Prochet is back to return the kick. As I notice backups, I will call them out. I'm going to start calling them out like pop flies. So the Bengals are going to kick it off to start this game from Cincinnati in a game that has no playoff implications for either side. And we are live from Cincinnati. Return starts at the 5-yard line. Prochet out to the 20. Tackle just shy of the 25. So Jeff Driskel, the 5th starting quarterback this season. All right, here we go. Not playing / limited playing time. No Cooper, no Amari Cooper, no Njoku, no Jerome Ford, no Kareem Hunt, no Marquise Goodwin, no Joel Petonio, no Posick, no Teller, no D-Hop, no Myles Garrett, no Dalvin Tomlinson, no Zadarius Smith, no JOK, no Taki Taki, no Denzel Ward, no Greg Newsome, no Juan Thornhill. That is a lot of guys. Either not playing or limited.
It's a very long list.
Browns offense starts at their own 23. Driskel hands it off, and this is Pierre Strong Jr., who is going to be the prominent running back today with no Jerome Ford and no Kareem Hunt. 4-yard pickup on 1st and 10. None of the 5 starting offensive linemen, aside from James Hudson, are there. So, or playing, I should say. Okay, let's go YouTube TV. Figure it out. 2nd down. Flacco, dressed, but in a jacket, hanging out. 2nd and 6, Pierre Strong Jr., the running back today. In the gun. David Bell in motion. Snap to Driskel. Another handoff to Strong. Not a lot of blocking going on, and Strong able to maneuver his way for a couple of yards. What's going on, YouTube TV? Giving me anxiety over here.
What kind of quick throw do we think here for Driskel on his first one of the day?
3rd and 4, I think we're going to see him maybe go to his tight end, Jordan Akins. That seems like a wise decision. Third and 4, Kevin Stefanski taking my advice and just shutting it down for every important player today, as he should. 3rd and 4, snap to Driskel. Driskel throwing down the left sideline, and that is intercepted. Looking for Cedric Tillman, overthrew it. That's Jordan Battle, the rookie out of Alabama, with an INT.
Damn. It might be that kind of day.
Now, we're going to continue to check in on other games like the Jags-Titans game, which has major implications for the Browns in terms of who they could be playing next weekend.
Ty Man already knows. He's got F in the chat.
Yeah, F in the chat.
Maybe not the best decision ever.
I don't know if I've ever had such a I don't care reaction to an interception before. Like, it was almost just, oh, okay, he threw it over. He threw it a pick. His first throw as a Cleveland Brown is an interception. That's, unfortunately, very par for the course for Browns quarterbacks. All right, here we go. Bengals take over at their own 45. It's Jake Browning. Jake Browning on 1st and 10 hands it off to Joe Mixon, and Mixon's got a nice run, 15-yard pickup. You've got a lot of backups in, right? I see Matthew Adams, usually just a special teamer. He's in at linebacker. D'Anthony Bell, Ronnie Hickman. Martin Emerson is out there. He's pretty much the only member of the starting secondary. No Greg Newsome, no Denzel Ward. Defensive line-wise, we're looking at Alex Wright, Jordan Elliott. We might see some Sam Kamara. He was a practice squad guy for much of the year. Okay. 1st and 10. At the Browns' 45-yard line. Browning on the end around, hands it off, and it'll be a gain of 6 or so. Tackle made by Bell and Adams. TJ with a $10 super chat. Let's go, TJ. I'm happy to join the party for a bit. Go Brownies. I'm graduating from college. Fuck yeah, TJ. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. Enjoy tonight because you only should graduate college like once, maybe twice, and you should definitely enjoy it. So, TJ, congratulations, dude. Go Browns. And let's get you a nice dub for graduating college today. Everyone spam TJ in the chat. Let's go. TJ, an intellectual of the chat now. 2nd and 3. Browning has his pass thrown incomplete. Looking for Jamar Chase. Meanwhile, what's an important game for the Buccaneers is a matchup with the Panthers, and that is scoreless, but still very early on for Baker and company. Tony Fields, Jordan Kunashik, and Matthew Adams starting at linebacker. And Cam Mitchell, D'Anthony Bell, Ronnie Hickman. Okoronkwo's in right now. Let's watch Okoronkwo on this play. 3rd and 3. What does Obo do? We have not seen him in over a month pretty much with a pec injury, but he's back out there right now. Okoronkwo in a 2-point stance, rushing from the right side. Okoronkwo showing some good pressure. Passes! Intercepted! D'Anthony Bell, a tip trail, comes away with it. Let's go! Browning floated it up there, and D'Anthony Bell bobbled with it, came down later, and the Browns have their first takeaway of the day. Let's go! The second-year man. INTs, let's go. Looked like it was going to be an incomplete pass. D'Anthony Bell gets his left paw on it, gets his left, right, catches it. Let's go. Great ball skills by D'Anthony Bell. We've seen Ronnie Hickman come away with a pick 6 in the last week, and now D'Anthony Bell has an INT. The Browns have 4 really good safeties in Delpit, Thornhill, Bell, and Hickman. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. INTs from Kimberly, from Invalid, from Cool Guy, from DeBrose, the Madden Men. Let's go. Like, the Browns are in uncharted waters. I don't think the fan base has truly grasped the biggest problems with the Browns right now is they have too much talent at some positions. We've got 4 starting safeties. A lot of teams can't find 2. The Browns have too many good quarterbacks in Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco. Like, that's the biggest problem right now is, who do you want to start next year? That's a much better problem to have compared to, who are we going to start next year? Like, I don't know, a team over in Pittsburgh. Let's go Brownies, baby. Let's go Brownies. He's him. I don't know what to say anymore. He's him. Has a very fucked up taste in movies, kind of. Appreciate the super chat, though. John Menifee with a $5 super chat. We them boys. Browns in the playoffs. What can we do this year, guys? Dog pound all the way. Waited 30 years for this. Happy New Year. Okay, took me a moment. Yep. Happy New Year, fellas.
It's too late. It's
John,
too late.
It's too late. Watch some Curb Your Enthusiasm. Let's go Brownies, John. And you know what? I can't wait for the playoffs. Let's go. Let's go Brownies, John Menifee. Let's go, my man. Appreciate you. Super chat menu for today, by the way. First time super chatters, we sing Here We Go Brownies. $5 super chat. I'm going to write handwritten letters to everyone that sends in a $5 super chat and emails me their address with my playoff predictions. $10, I drink out of my dog bowl. And then $50, we add you to our MVP board here, filled with all sorts of legends at the channel. So I always appreciate those of you that go above and beyond in super chat. Always greatly appreciated. Jeremy Stallman, the front runner for the MVP today. Let's go Brownies, baby. Okay, red zone peak here. Some very meaningful games for other teams. Falcons and Saints. Time Man knows this. Atlanta needs a win. Oh, and Desmond Ridder is starting.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke very late inactive today.
Okay, I missed that.
As soon as I saw it, I put money on Desmond Ridder to throw a pick.
Dude, the Falcons have gone from Ridder, and these are not injury related, by the way, up until this week, because I know Heineke was battling an ankle injury. Ridder, Heineke, Ridder, Heineke, Ridder. That's a lot of changes. 1st and 10 for the Browns at their own 24. Play fake for Driskel. Throws it to David Bell. That is caught. Gain of 1. So 1 yard gain. We'll check in on these other games here as the Falcons are in a tough spot this week. They need to beat the Saints, and they need the Bucks to lose to the Panthers, and then the NFC South crown goes to Atlanta. Jags are leading the Titans. I repeat, Jags leading the Titans 3-0. Still early.
Those are the first points of the day, it looks like, too.
Damn.
What, 15 minutes in almost?
Yeah, it took us 12 minutes into the day. 2nd and 9 for the Browns at their own 25. Driskel in the gun. Takes a snap. Driskel looking and throwing to his left. That's going to be incomplete. Tipped up pass on the slant and nearly intercepted. Max T, what's going on, dude? I want Mr. Driskel to ball out so bad, just for fun. I do want Jeff Driskel to join an elite brotherhood of quarterbacks that have won a game for the Cleveland Browns this year. Could you imagine not just only starting 5 different QBs in the season, like 5, let that kind of simmer for a moment, but all 5 winning? That is unimaginable. It really is.
I just want to refer to him as Mr. Driskel for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you're right. Mr. Driskel in the gun right now. Mr. D is sacked. Oh, fuck. He's sacked on 3rd and 9. Well, that's unfortunate for Mr. Driskel.
It's going to be that kind of day.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. A lot of football left.
By the way, complete side question, but do we want to put predictions on who's going to score the first touchdown of the day?
How about this? Will there be a touchdown? Because, I mean, we're 6 minutes in, and neither team looks like they want to score offense.
I was even just going to go across the board. I don't know if we're going to get a touchdown at all today.
I'll give you plus 1,000 odds. No touchdown. Browns are going to punt it. And do I spot Corey Bojorquez? I sure do. Let's go. The New Mexico Hammer. Return starts at the 25, out to the 35, cut down at the 40. So once again, Cincinnati will have very good starting field position. Good to see Corey Bojorquez back out there. He missed last week with a quad injury. He's been having the best year of his NFL career. We want him healthy for the playoffs. John Menifee, $10 super chat. Let's see a dog bowl for the dog pound. Playoffs can't come soon enough. Definitely going to Baltimore if we go. Believeland. John, dog bowl coming up. Second thing, Browns-Ravens has to happen in the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to be the divisional round, because I still don't even know what the seeding could potentially look like, but it's happening. It very well could be the divisional round if the Browns win and the number 2 seed, whoever that is, either Miami or Buffalo, and the number 3 Chiefs all win. It'll be 5v1 in the divisional round or AFC championship game. But I need Joe Flacco going back to Baltimore so bad. And then, John, I'll see you there, buddy. Let's go Brownies. Cheers to you. To John. This one's for John.
Get them all coming.
Woo! Ooh, and Valid's right. I shorted TJ a dog bowl. Can we go back to TJ's $10 super chat? I
might have lost.
Did we lose it? That's okay.
No.
Here it is.
I got it.
TJ. I shortchanged TJ. I'm so sorry, TJ. TJ, cannonball for you, buddy. Let's go Brownies. Woo! And then we have another super chat or two coming in here. So we'll catch up on all these super chats. Let's go Browns. Let's go Brownies. Be Slim. Yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. Let's take 24 shots of liquor in honor of... No. I'm going to stop you right there. I like where your head's at. I do. If we want to share that with the whole audience, I'm game. But no. Do you want to hear fun? I probably shouldn't say this. I won't use names. But freshman year, pledging a fraternity, we did shot roulette, which is a bunch of shot glasses, 9 of them, or however many, all but one vodka, one Everclear. It was a bad game. It was a lot of fun when you were clear. But when one particular guy took the Everclear, projectile vomited. It was awesome to watch.
That's exactly how you'd expect.
I like watching gross stuff. Watching people throw up outside a bar I could sit down and watch that all day.
PD does love a gruesome injury.
Yeah.
It'd be like, well, was it a bad one? Let me see it.
I hate when the broadcast goes, you guys don't want to see that. The fuck we do? Yes, turn it on. That's the best part. I also hate when they're like, oh, this is not what football is about, and there's like a fight breaking out. Fights are a top 5 favorite thing. No matter, can you picture a place where there's a bad spot to have a fight?
No.
As the Bengals go for a 2-yard gain here. Honestly, if there's a fight at Disney World, I'm sitting down and I'm not leaving. Fight at church sounds awesome.
I'll be that guy.
The priest could break it up.
I'll be that guy that films it to try and go viral.
Yes.
I want to be that person.
Fights at the airport, like, stakes are high. Someone's going to jail.
Yeah.
There's not a bad place for a fight.
Best fights, bar none. Drunk fan fights at a sporting event.
Oh, I love stadium fights.
It's
the absolute best. 2nd and 8, the Bengals run it, no gain. To wrap up the fighting section here, I was at a bar last night. Fight broke out.
You saw a fight?
Yeah, here's what happened too. Not last night, 2 nights ago. Friday night. You know in a bar fight, like there's person A and there's person B, and person A's friends are holding them back, and you don't actually think that person A would continue if his friends weren't holding him back. He's just like fake going through the motions to get past the left tackle. This guy got past his friends, and he went for it. And I was like, let's go. I pulled over a bar stool and watched the whole thing. Cheers to P. Slim. 3rd and 9, Browning throwing down the middle. That's caught first down. Big gain. Cam Mitchell, the rookie, in coverage, and Jones has a gain of about 20 yards. So 1st and 10, Cincinnati. Cam Mitchell looks to be just man coverage across the board, right? Maybe a little bit of safety help. DeAnthony Bell was favoring Martin Emerson's side. If I'm DeAnthony Bell, I don't know what the coverage was, but if you've got to pick between helping Martin Emerson and Cam Mitchell, maybe go help Cam Mitchell. Good chance he might need a bit more. 1st and 10, first completion of the day for Jake Browning. We'll throw that super chat on screen in just a moment here. At the Browns' 24-yard line, here is a snap to Browning. He throws over the middle. This is caught. Jamar Chase, gain of 11. And the Bengals are out to the Cleveland 13-yard line. He's him super quickly. Team of Destiny. I'm ready to watch a movie based on this. I'm ready to watch another miracle. Let's do it. We shut them down because we can. Let's go Brownies. 1st and 10 for the Bengals, unfortunately. We are in the factor red zone now. 1st and 10, Bengals get 50% off with code BROWNSCHAT50. Falcons are leading the Saints, by the way, 7-0. Snap to Browning. Browning in trouble. Browning has a flag thrown, and he throws out of bounds. This is going to be offensive holding. So we'll go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20, backed up outside of the red zone temporarily. Tennessee Titans touchdown. I repeat, Tennessee Titans touchdown. Ryan Tannehill on a flea flicker dumps it off to his tight end, and he goes 53 yards for the score. No, that just set up the touchdown. Okonkwo did not score on that play, but later on, I guess Tennessee punches it in, and Tyjae Spears gives the Titans a 7-3 lead over the Jags. So if the results currently hold, Cleveland will be going to Houston, but of course very early in Nashville. 1st and 20 for the Bengals. We'll keep you guys apprised on that game.
Apprised, nice word.
Oh, yeah. Hop into my vocab bag. Browning from the 23, hands it off. Mixon running. Mixon finding a nice crease. And Joe Mixon has a gain of about 12 yards. So 2nd down and 8 coming up. Nice run by Mixon that time. Invalid argument. I saw your video about the Steelers needing to lose today, but what team should we cheer for the best playoff picture? If you want the most favorable path for the Browns. I think the Jags winning will be best. Play in Jacksonville. I'd love to have the Steelers miss the playoffs, but I also wouldn't mind if they made it and then the Browns got to beat the Steelers in the playoffs again. 2nd and 7, Mixon runs to the left side, and he puts a nice stiff arm down. He's pushed out of bounds to the 1. Joe Mixon with back-to-back nice runs, and that brings up 1st and goal. So 1st and goal coming up, and damn. Tony Fields ended up making the tackle. Vincent Gray, he was elevated from the practice squad. UDFA out of Michigan. 1st and goal, Cincinnati. At the 1-yard line, midway through the 1st quarter. Mixon gets a carry again, touchdown. Touchdown, Joe Mixon, touchdown, Bengals. They strike first midway through the 1st quarter. It is 6-0 Cincinnati. Okay. Well, this is the moment where you go, we're playing our backups. We are playing our backups. That's okay.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
I've got Tony Fields getting blocked off the football. I've got UDFA Diabate in there. I've got Matthew Adams. I've got guys that haven't been on the field for more than a combined 20 snaps this season on the goal line. We're okay. We're okay.
Do not panic. Nobody panic.
No one's panicking. No one's panicking. Obviously, I would prefer the Browns win today, but when you're playing your backups, this is the game you play. So the Bengals' extra point is up and good, and that means it is 7-0 bad guys with about 6 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Now, before we get on to the rest of our great watch party, I do want to tell everyone about our sponsor today, which is Factor. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you are ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolution. Factor now offers loads of snack options like breakfast, smoothies, juices, snacks, and more to keep me going no matter what's on the schedule. Head to factormeals.com/BrownsChat50 and use code BrownsChat50 to get 50% off. That's code BrownsChat50 at factormeals.com/BrownsChat50 to get 50% off. Because I love you guys so much, I put that link in the chat. It's in the description and the comments of today's video. Our Mac Dog, what's going on, dude? Matt, is this possible? Miles, Defensive Player of the Year. Stefanski, Coach of the Year. Flacco beats the Ratbirds in Baltimore playoff game. And Browns win it all next season. Let's go, Browns. Our Mac, let's break it down one by one. Myles Garrett winning Defensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, and someone can fact check me this. I would love to know the last guy to win Defensive Player of the Year that did not lead the league on either sacks or interceptions. Can Ty Man or someone else let me know? And that's unfortunate. But that is unfortunately what the award has become for a lot of voters that don't watch every single game of every single guy in contention. They're going to look at the box score stats, and they're going to see Myles Garrett, 13 sacks, and that's not going to jump off the page to them. 14 sacks. So I hope so, because Myles Garrett, if you asked opposing offensive coordinators who was the biggest nightmare to prepare for, it's Myles Garrett. Like, go ask the Tennessee Titans when they had to call a timeout because Myles Garrett was like a lion, a predator, just walking from one side to the other, and the tight end had to follow him no matter where he went, and they went, screw this, we're calling a timeout. So, it's possible, but I'm not feeling crazy about him winning the Defensive Player of the Year award. Sadly, just because it's a sack-driven or interception-driven award, and if you don't lead in it, it's tough to win. Stefanski should, and I believe will, win Coach of the Year. 11 wins with 4-5 different starting quarterbacks. That's got to get it done. Flacco beats the Ratbirds in Baltimore. Ravens choking in the postseason. Have never heard that before. yeah, you better believe that's possible. And the Browns win it all next year. The thing about next season, as the Bengals kick it off for a touchback, I'm a little fearful of a lot of these close games are going to regress to the median next year, regress to the mean, but the Browns are going to be healthier next year. Like, they're not going to have as many guys go on IR as they did this year. So, why not, baby? Give it to me. Let's go Brownies, Armac. Brad, what's going on, dude? You should start pouring vodka in your dog bowl. That's not going to happen. We've done dirty dog bowls
Dangerous
before
game.
of beer and Fireball, but I'm not feeling dirty dog bowl today. Although today would be the day to get blackout for a game that means nothing, because next week it's all business here.
We're
locked in.
It's not like you're going to need to remember anything that happened here.
Brad, appreciate you though. Go Brownies, dude. F Pip. First and 10 to hand off to Pierre Strong, and he is cut down behind the line of scrimmage. Mike Hilton, the good corner, drops him for a loss of 3. Okay. By the way, looks like it's snowing or raining in Foxborough between the Jets and the Patriots. Who wants a shout out? Robo said it's my birthday. Happy birthday, dude. Happy birthday. Little Timmy? Okay, little Timmy. It's your birthday too. Happy birthday to little Timmy. Let's go Brownies. 2nd and 13. At the 22, Driskel takes the snap, hands it off. It's a run again, and Pierre Strong Jr., he's running behind the backup offensive line, and the backup offensive line is playing like the backup offensive line. No gain on the play. Meanwhile, the Falcons were leading 7-0, but Derek Carr just linked up with one of his receivers in the end zone for a 7-point score.
It was A.T. Perry.
A.T. Perry, the rookie out of Wake Forest. I believe his first career, he had a touchdown, I think, against the Jags on Thursday night.
He caught a touchdown from Jameis a little while ago. One of the several games that Derek Carr left hurt.
What's Jameis? How old is Jameis? I think Jameis is sneaky old. Is Jameis like 30? What is Jameis Winston's future?
31.
I'm going to guess 30. 3rd and 12.
30. Yeah,
30.
Ryan knows. Just turned 30, January 6th.
Oh.
Yesterday. Happy birthday to Jameis.
What a day. What an event in our country. Jameis' birthday. 3rd down. Check down, not going anywhere. 4th down, Browns. So Cleveland has gone interception, punt.
This game doesn't matter.
If we're being realistic, though, Kevin Stefanski, and granted, Driskel is playing with backups. Driskel is auditioning to be the backup quarterback in the playoffs. This is not a great audition so far.
I mean, more specifically, too, interception, 3 and out.
Yeah. If Driskel has to come into the playoff game, I don't care what the scenario is, we're likely screwed. But this is not a great showing for Jeff Driskel to be the backup if something were to happen. Like, what if Flacco, I don't even want to say it actually. I'm going to stop right there. Banana plays. PD, what do you think the final score is going to be? It's not trending in a good way. So come back to me later. We are, by the way, closing in on 300 likes. If you missed it earlier, got a call from Quantico, Virginia, FBI headquarters saying if you do not like the video, they're going to reveal more names from Jeffrey Epstein's island list. That's a different list. This is one that went to the island. And your name will be added if you do not like the video. So if you want your life to stay intact, hit that thumbs up button. Snow coming down in New England. This could very well be Bill Belichick's last game as the Patriots head coach. So naturally, it comes against the team he has dominated more than anyone else, the New York Jets. His old team, by the way. I feel like it's very fitting for Belichick to end his career in Foxborough with a win over the Jets. But I also could see the Jets getting the last laugh and at least holding that over Belichick and the Patriots that we won the last game. That just kind of feels like a possibility. Okay. We are almost at 300 likes.
We've already almost chopped it in half.
Let's go. That's
what I'm talking about. A lot of people are on the list, it looks like.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who are about to have their life turned upside down with that once that list comes out.
Desmond Ritter's 71-yard touchdown to Bijan Robinson. He is 5 for 5 for 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 picks.
I never understood. I should say never understood. I kind of understood, but I didn't agree with the decision in Atlanta to bench Ritter for Heineke. When you saw Heineke for 2.5 games be worse than Ritter. So to go back to him with your playoff hopes on the line, that seemed like a silly decision. Okay. Lions are leading the Vikings 7-0. Minnesota needs to win, and they need a lot of help to get into the playoffs. The Lions, though, they need a win and a Cowboys and Eagles loss to get the number 2 seed. If not, it'll likely be Detroit versus Rams. Wild card round. Matthew Stafford returns to Ford Field for the first time. I can't wait for that. I feel like everyone's going to be in on the Rams, that the public's going to be wrong, and I might go with Detroit in that case.
By the way, shout out to everybody. We did just hit 300 likes.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. No one's going on Epstein's list anymore. We are still closing in on 32,000 subscribers. Help us get to 31,700, and let's get ourselves to 32K for some nice good vibes, right? For Jim Brown going into the playoff game. 1st and 10. Bengals are back on the field with under 4 to play in the first quarter. It's a handoff to Joe Mixon, and Mixon with a nice run. Joe Mixon's loose. Mixon is inside the 35. Mixon down to the 20. Mixon still on his feet. Mixon tackled at the 22-yard line. About a 40-yard pickup for Joe Mixon. And I don't know what to say. We've got players who have never played on this team before out there. We've got practice squad guys. We've got players who have been inactive all season out there, and this is usually what you get. Ronnie Hickman did take a bad read on that play, right? Ronnie Hickman, the safety, he's got a bad angle on Joe Mixon. It's a one-on-one, right? ISO. And Mixon just beats him. 1st and 10. Browning in the pistol at the 23-yard line. And a timeout call by Cincinnati with 3 minutes to go. And the Lions, I think, just tacked on another score. Khalif Raymond. Do you know one of our coworkers, Tom Downey? He's like he's a Mount Rushmore. He went out the 1. You're right. Tom Downey, a Mount Rushmore member of the Chat Sports team. He is in his fantasy football championship in Week 18.
I don't know if you saw his tweet. Did you see his tweet?
Explaining it?
Well, he had a poll.
Yeah, I saw the poll.
He had people vote on the poll to determine who was going to be a starting QB.
I slacked him, and I go, what the actual fuck is this? And he's like, don't get me started. The rest of my league doesn't want to change. You've got guys who are not.
It's kind of soft.
I don't even know how to put this in English. Like, it's Week 18. 1st and 10, Browning throws to the left side. That is caught. Gain of 4 by the Princeton wide receiver, Yosevas. And I remember doing Browns mock drafts. Someone can go dig up the old video where I advocated for drafting him in like day 3. It's always fun when you do a whole bunch of draft content and then the guys you fall in love with inevitably do not go to your team. But you kind of keep tabs on them wherever they end up. Inside the Factor red zone, 2nd and 5 for the Bengals. Browning at the 18-yard line. Still scoreless in Tampa, in Carolina, between the Bucs and the Panthers. No gain on this play. Nice tackle. Who was that? Mixon dropped for a loss. That's Sam Kamara. He was on the practice squad for much of the year. Elevated to the active 53-man roster once Anthony Walker was placed on IR. Joe Mixon, by the way, over 1,000 yards. 3rd and 8 on the season, that is. 3rd and 8, span those threes. Let's go, let's go. Browning in the gun, 3rd and 8 from the 21-yard line. Hold him to a field goal attempt. Brown show pressure. They bring pressure. Browning throws, and that is caught, 1st down. Yosevas, Vincent Gray on coverage, and 1st and goal, Cincinnati. So the nerd, Yosevas, working on another nerd from the Big Ten, Vincent Gray at Michigan. First and goal, Cincinnati. 2nd grab of the day. 1st and goal. minute to go in the opening quarter. Browning on 1st and goal, dumping it off. This is Mixon, and he's in for a touchdown. Kornashek could not wrap him up, and Joe Mixon has his 2nd touchdown of the day. So the Bengals are out to a strong lead, 13-0 with a PAT on the way, under a minute to go in the 1st quarter. Is that Jake Browning's wife?
In the all-white.
In the all-white unitard?
Must be. There was a number 6 on the unitard.
We might have a horny camera guy from CBS because they keep going to her. And we're going to keep an eye on it, but potential horny cameraman from CBS.
I just like how they were celebrating as if this game means something to them.
Like, I don't know if Joe Mixon's wife is there, but why not go Joe Mixon's wife? Like, he scored 2 touchdowns. I actually don't even know if Joe Mixon's married. Is Joe Mixon married?
I believe he is not.
Okay, so that's why. So,
Cannot confirm.
That's a break for the CBS crew. Okay. Unfortunate. But again, this is a preseason game. Like, let's be honest. There are players on the field right now who have either not touched the field at all this year or have not played more than 15 snaps. Like, Jordan Kunashik has not played more than 50 snaps on defense this year. No, he did have a start once, I think. So I may be wrong on Kunashik. But the rest of the guys, I maintain that stance. .48 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Titans leading the Jags still 7-3. If Tennessee knocks off Jacksonville, the Browns will be going to Houston next weekend and what I'm going to dub as the Saturday 4:30 Eastern time game. I shot that shot a month ago. I was like, it's shaping up for the Browns to play the AFC South champ, and that's going to be the first game on Saturday. Because the first game on Saturday has always been reserved for the AFC South champion. It was always the Texans for a while, Texans-Bengals for a while, Colts, it's always that game. He's him with the super chat following the touchback on the kickoff. Was that a threat about it, the Epstein joke? It's not a threat, dude. I'm not threatening anyone. Just letting you know what the FBI told me. I'm being transparent. Where's the threat in that? 1st and 10. Ooh, Papa T with an interesting super chat. Let's throw it on screen. PD saw report 2-year, $15 million to Flacco from the Browns. We'll see. Best money doesn't mean best situation. Playoff Browns, let's go. Papa T, I'd be surprised if the Browns got any kind of contract done with Flacco before the playoffs ended, as Driskel on 1st and 10 is sacked. It was a design tight end screen that the Bengals did not go for, and then Driskel was a sitting duck because the offensive line on any screen let the defense through. Papa T, I don't know where you saw that. I have not heard anything of the sorts. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but I don't see the Browns getting a deal with Flacco done before the playoffs. That seems like a conversation you have once the postseason is done, not on a Wednesday before a playoff game. Don't you agree? But hey, we'll have to wait and see. Appreciate the super chat. 2nd and 17 here as we are likely going to hit the end of the 1st quarter. So after the 1st quarter break, 14-0. Oh, the Browns whistle blows with 3 seconds. Oh, this is so dumb. I'm a little mad at Stefanski for this. You're down 14-0, and you're calling a timeout with 3 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. What was going to happen? Okay. Stefanski's still doing his job. But a bizarre time to call a timeout with 3 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Papa T, cheers to you. Dog bowl on the way.
We got 2 dog bowls.
Two dog bowls.
Miro came in.
For Papa T first.
Get a ball coming.
James, I'm glad Stefanski did the right thing by resting our top dogs and getting a loss out of the way before playoffs might be a good thing. I'd rather have Lawrence over Stroud. I'm not quite sure about getting a loss out of the way. I think the whole locker room would love to have a win going into the playoffs. Like, that's a much more enjoyable plane ride home, a better week, no, hangover from a loss or anything like that. 2nd and 17, it's a run for Pierre Strong. Nice run by the Jackrabbit, gain of 7, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10 to start the second quarter. But after 15 minutes, it's the Bengals on top, 14-0. James, I do agree with resting the top dogs, and I think I'd rather play the current version of Trevor Lawrence, who has been battling a knee, shoulder, and head injury, versus that rookie C.J. Stroud, who just won a playoff game in Indianapolis, more or less. So, James, appreciate you. Let's go Brownies, dude. Dog Bowl on the way. Here we go, James.
Get a ball, coming. Do I have to do that every time here?
Yeah, not every time.
You could do a few of them.
Yeah. Red zone peak here. Falcons, 14-7 over the Saints. I've got Taysom Hill running a slant route and completing it for a catch. Super chat menu for today, by the way. If you enjoy the free content we provide here and you're like, you know what, this guy in a Nick Chubb jersey is kind of goofy, let's throw some bones his way. Well, if you send a $5 super chat in, I write you a handwritten letter with my playoff predictions. Just email me your address, Matthew@chatsports.com. $10, I drink out of my dog bowl. Cruz is going to be very thirsty today because it's with me right now. $50, I add you to our MVP club. So, super chat menu, if you feel so inclined, always appreciated. By the way, if you can't super chat, you don't have the means to, no harm, no foul, no pressure whatsoever. There are other ways to support the show. Liking the video is a phenomenal way. I know that as a consumer, I kind of get, turned off when someone begs me to like a video, but as a content creator, I can't tell you how impactful it can be with more likes. It just tells YouTube, push this to more Browns fans. And then I get more viewers, I get more subscribers, and I get more studio space for more content for you all at home. So it really all starts with liking the video. So subscribe if you've not subscribed already, and get in the chat. Start spamming CLE. Let's go Brownies. Greasy Flight. Have you gotten your Christmas card yet? I sure hope so. If it hasn't arrived yet, it should be arriving any day now. But maybe from the U.S. to Canada, it might take an extra day or two. Red Zone Peak here. Do you guys see this report, by the way? The Jets are trying to trade Zach Wilson. No shit, Sherlock. That is the ultimate, we have a guy for sale. That's the ultimate, the old lady on your street who has yard sales with her junk that no one wants. Just because it's for sale doesn't mean anyone wants it. That's your upstairs neighbor addicted to Facebook Marketplace. Just people coming and going all the time for kids' toys. 3rd and 10. Driskel throwing down the right sideline. That is incomplete.
I'm not quite sure which one he was throwing to.
Yeah, he was throwing to 2 receivers who were covered by 3 defenders. So not a great... Well, you got 2 guys running the same route. Not the same route, but this is poor either route design or route running. But Cedric Tillman is running a go route. James Prochet is running a deep crosser, and they're going to collide, which means their defenders are all going to pool together. I'm not quite sure if that's a play that needs to be tossed out the playbook or if someone ran the wrong route. So Bojorquez punts it away for a 3rd time today. Return starts at the 23 and stopped there. Vincent Gray making a nice tackle. So 1st and 10 for the Bengals. Get some CLEs in the chat, baby.
Don't forget, this game means nothing.
This game means nothing, but I would prefer to win than to lose. No doubt about it. I prefer to have the locker room celebrate like, holy shit, we are untouchable. Even our backups won.
We just certainly can't overreact
to
anything that we see today.
Agreed. This is kind of a win-win. If they lose, I'm not going to be losing sleep at all. If they win, I'm going to be the most insufferable person online because the backups just beat the Bengals. 1st and 10 for Cincinnati. Browning throwing to his right, caught by Jamar Chase. Gain of 5 on the play. Kunashik and Fields making the stop. Paul with a $5 super chat. They could get Flacco much cheaper than that. I couldn't even begin to tell you what a Joe Flacco contract looks like. The guy's turning 39 years old in 9 days.
It's the most unique contract situation in a long time.
If I am putting a guess on it, I think a team would sign Joe Flacco to 2, maybe 3-year 2-year contract, $30 million, like $35 million.
Some sort of 1+1.
Yeah, heavy incentives kind of contract.
Yeah. With a lot of money up front, to where if it turns out he's not good after all, you move on after 1 year. No harm, no foul.
2nd and 5. Browning flips it out to the left side. That is caught. Gain of 5 and a first down for the Bengals. I'll say 2-year, $25 million contract is probably what Flacco gets. From who? I don't know. I really don't. Washington, but they're going to draft Drake May or Caleb Williams. And they're going to want to start him immediately. If they were looking for a bridge guy, he'd be the bridge guy. I'm not sure. 1st and 10 at the 36. Pitch right, run for Chase Brown, the rookie out of Illinois, and he's got a first down and more. Chase Brown across the 50. If the Bengals were I'll put it this way. Let me start over. I'm about to say if the Bengals were a playoff team, but that's not where I want to go with this. Next year, Chase Brown is going to be a problem. I think this year he really got to go in the second half of the season. He's going to go into 2024 as the starting running back most likely, and he's going to be a good piece for Cincinnati. Papa T with a $2 super chat. Really like that Bengals fan in white, Fuego. That is Jake Browning's wife. Papa T is hitting on Mrs. She's wearing a number 6, so I have to make assumptions.
I think it has to be.
What if it's his sister?
They wouldn't go back to her this is like Taylor Swift.
Oh, we are approaching
type of frequency.
Yeah. Okay, how about this?
They're giving her. I'll tell you what they're doing. They're giving her the A.J. McCarron's wife at Alabama treatment.
Over or under 1.5 times we see her in the rest of the second quarter.
Over. Well,
you think we'll see it twice?
Play.
I agree. I think they're going to go to her at least one more time. Do we get a second?
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think the cameraman has been locked in on her for the last 15 minutes.
They've got a camera dedicated to her.
That guy is like, man.
They have a truck. The white leotard. 1st and 5. Browning, fake pitch, rolls to his right, dumps it off. This is caught. Drew Sample, and a gain of 6, and the Bengals are slowly chipping away at this Browns backup defense. You know who's pissed off? I'll tell you who's pissed off. Jim Schwartz. He does not care if it's his starters or his backups. He views them all as his little ducklings, and he wants them all to play well. And right now, they are down 14-0. We'll catch up on the Super Chats at the end of this drive here. 1st and 10. Papa T, appreciate you, though. Let's get some Siaka Ika, and Isaiah McGuire sightings going. 2 rookies for the Browns. In the gun, Browning takes the snap. Browning pressured, roll out to his left. He'll tuck it and run. And, they're going to put it on screen. Browning, gain of 11, first down. Let's see it. Are they going to do it?
Come on.
No.
You know he's locked in right now.
They're locked in right now. Jags just scored, by the way, against the Titans. 10-7 Jacksonville. So as of now, the Browns are going to Jacksonville, Duval County. I'd prefer that route over Houston at this moment.
It was a 60-yard touchdown to Calvin Ridley.
60. Trevor Lawrence could be back.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm going back and forth. I got a pretzel in my head. I got a soft serve pretzel in my head, Ricky Bobby. 1st and 10, the Browns jump off sides. Damn it, Ika. The rookie jumped, and that'll be 5 free yards. And the Bengals are inching closer to the red zone for a 3rd straight possession. Still scoreless, by the way, between the Bucs and the Panthers, which means at this moment, it could be the Falcons winning the division.
Baker, they showed him limping off earlier in the game. He's still in.
Baker was battling an injury going into this week.
His ribs. He's fighting through a lot right now.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence trailing 7-3, but then he finds Calvin Ridley for a 60-yard bomb, and Ridley puts the Jags on top 10-7 early in the second quarter. Browning in the gun from the 22. Snap, handoff. Mixon runs into a lineman. Then he runs left, and he picks up a first down. Duron Harmon made the tackle. And another good run from Joe Mixon. I feel like I've talked about Joe Mixon a lot today. Let me toss this question your way. the Bengals ever retire? And this, I know the answer is no, but like, would the Bengals ever retire Joe Mixon's number? Because he's going to go down as what? The Bengals' all-time leader in a lot of rushing stats? I don't know right now off the top of my head if he's the all-time leading rusher. I have to assume he is. First and goal for Browning. Browning rolling to his right. Ika giving him chase. Browning tucking it, running it. Browning goes out of bounds at the 2. Sam with the stats.
First of all, shout out Game Time Red Zone. Download Game Time, use Browns Chat, $20 off. He's actually third on the list.
Wow.
The leader, Corey Dillon, 8,061 yards.
Okay.
James Brooks, who played from 84 to 91.
A little before my lifetime.
146 yards ahead of Joe Mixon. So hypothetically, he could become second all time.
He could catch him. Now that's going into today,
that's
right?
Going into today.
Oh, he's going to pass him then.
He's got how many yards so far? He's
second and goal for
92.
the Bengals. He's going to pass
92.
him. Play fake for Browning. Second and goal. Wide open touchdown. Oh, he dropped it. So it's either a touchdown or incomplete. You cannot fumble in the end zone. If you possess the ball, then it's a touchdown. But there's no fumbling in the end zone. And they ruled a touchdown. They ruled he had possession. And I think that's the right call, because if that was at the 50-yard line, it would be a fumble. And if you think it'd be a fumble, then that means he possessed it, and that's a touchdown. So Josivas, sounds like a Mario character.
It is. It's Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yoshivas.
No Browning, no Mrs. Browning sighting. And the extra point is good. So it's 21-0 Bengals. This is getting ugly.
Was there a Mrs. Yoshi sighting? We just missed it?
No way. A rookie out of Princeton? Think he had time to go out there and mingle at the ladies' bar? No way. So, not good. Yeah, I'll be honest. I would have hoped for a bit of a closer game from the backups. It's not like the Bengals are playing Joe Burrow. Like, they're rolling with Jake Browning. Now, I'll take Browning over Driskel, but still, they're not leaps and bounds ahead of the Browns in terms of starters out there right now. So, not ideal. But the good news is none of these guys should be playing meaningful snaps in the playoffs. So, we can make do. Greasy Flight, let's go. Thank you, Matt. You are the best. Go Browns. Greasy Flight, cheers to you, my man. Let's go, Brownies. Let's either hope for a comeback or just get ready for Jacksonville or Houston. That's the name of the game here. Greasy Flight, I appreciate you, my man. Let's go, Browns. James Miro with a $5 super chat. How good will Stefanski and Schwartz look with a community college lineup win today? If Kevin Stefanski is able to erase a 21-point deficit and win this game with Jeff Driskel starting, he gets Coach of the Year for this year and next year. It's done. And then Jim Schwartz gets to be the head coach of any team he wants. That's what happens if you do that. I'll say it right now. Nick Brewski, surrounded by Bengals fans today. Let's go Browns. It's funny because, Nick, Bengals fans always say the Browns win over Cincinnati is our Super Bowl. This is their Super Bowl today. Like, they really need a win to go into the offseason because, like, they're not in a spot where they would like to lose for a better draft pick to pick a quarterback. Like, they don't want to lose sight of their winning culture. And if they win today, they finish the year 9-8, which, hey, if I told you they're going to lose Joe Burrow midway through the year, they would be very happy with 9-8. So this is definitely a much more important game to them than it is to the Browns. So when they say that they are our Super Bowl every year, no. We are their Super Bowl this year. Let's go Brownies, Nick. Cheers to you, my man. We are at 31,679 subscribers. We got to get ourselves to 31,700 before we can get to 32K. I want to get to 32K before the playoff game, which I think is going to be next Saturday. So if you are looking to join the #1 growing Cleveland Browns YouTube channel, you are at the right spot. Hit the sub button down below. All right, Jim Schwartz is unhappy. Oh. Red zone update. Titans just scored Derrick Henry to retake the lead. So now the Browns are going to Houston. It's 14-10 Tennessee. Also, if the Titans win, the Steelers clinch a playoff spot. Even, by the way, in New Orleans between the Saints and the Falcons. Still scoreless between the Bucs and the Panthers. If the Bucs lose and the Saints win, New Orleans, or the Falcons win, whoever wins that game in New Orleans between Atlanta and the Saints would win the NFC South. So a lot on the line here. 1st and 10 right now for the Browns. Let's see what Desmond Ritter's up to. 2nd and 6. And a 5-yard run. Okay. So 14-10 Tennessee. As of now, the Browns are going to Houston. At the 25, Jeff Driskel looking for his 3rd completion of the day. Takes the snap. Driskel looks to his right, throws that way, and this is going to be caught. Nice gain, 1st down, Cedric Tillman. Nice ball and a good catch by the rookie, and a gain of 15. 1st and 10, Cleveland. Let's go. Is that the first down of the day for the Browns? It might be. Derrick Henry, who could be playing in his last game as a Tennessee Titan, had that 18-yard touchdown run. 1st and 10 for the Brownies. Let's go. Yeah, it was the first. I thought so. That's sad. 8 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. The Browns have their first down of the day. Driskel under center from the 43-yard line. Takes the snap. Hands it off. It's a run to the left. Is that Jerome Ford? Yes. So Jerome Ford, who is not inactive today. And I think it's important to note the difference between sitting and inactive. You could only make 6 guys inactive, meaning they don't dress. They are not in pads. So they did that with Myles Garrett. They did that with a couple other guys, Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome. But Jerome Ford is dressed. He's just not going to play very much. But they give Pierre Strong Jr. a breather, and even Jerome Ford cannot do much with the ball. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. So Driskel in the gun. Takes the snap. Another handoff for Ford, and he is going to get a 1.5 yards. So out toward the 45-yard line, that'll bring up 3rd and 8. Garrett Wilson has the Jets in business. Snowy day in New England. All even at 3, though, in what could be Bill Belichick's last game as a Patriots head coach.
Is it a weird thing that we're seeing Jerome Ford right now after seeing...
Yeah, we were just
Pierre
talking about that.
Strong
I don't know if Pierre Strong's injured or if they're just giving him a breather or they want to give Jerome Ford a couple touches today. Now Kareem Hunt's in the game. So Kareem Hunt is in on 3rd and 8. Kareem Hunt going out for a route on 3rd and 8 as Driskel airs it out, and this is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. James Prochet today has 2 PBUs. Twice it should have been intercepted, and Prochet knocks it away. That should be a stat. Wide receiver pass breakups for interceptions. Julio Jones was the best at it. That's what he did for a living. Larry Fitzgerald, also very good at it. Julio was number 1, though. 4th and 8, the Browns are going to punt it again. I'm sure this is not what Bojorquez had in mind today, as he's kind of coming back from a quad injury. Maybe he wanted a light work day at the office. No. It's a slammed 9 to 5 day. No lunch break. So Bojorquez sends a high into the Kentucky sky. And this will be a beautiful punt. Oh, my God. Down at the 3-yard line. I told you all at the start of the game, Bojorquez having the best year of his career. And he downs at the 3-yard line.
By the way, that was their first down of the day.
Yeah, well, we talked about that. Yeah. Tough scene.
What a day.
Baker and the Bucs still scoreless between themselves and the Panthers, but they are in business. They are inside the 25-yard line right now. Tied in New Orleans, 14-14 with the Falcons. Okay. Should we tell everyone about our sponsor today? Okay, so while we are at commercial over at the game, I do want to take this opportunity to tell you guys about Game Time. You should not have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. buy tickets in seconds with 2 taps. They're obsessed with finding ways to help you save money. Now, one of my favorite things about Game Time is that you can actually see the view from your seat before you purchase your tickets. That way you don't show up and you are unfortunately caught off guard that you didn't realize you'd be in the nosebleeds or there'd be a big pole in front of you. No, with Game Time, you can literally see what your view will be like before you purchase your tickets. So download the Game Time app. Once you do that, redeem this code, Browns Chat, for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today and then redeem the code Browns Chat for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. If you want to go see a Browns playoff game and you want to save some money on the tickets, use this code right here and Game Time is going to hook you up. 21-0, bad guys. If you're just tuning in right now, not good. But hey, we are here to scout the opposition, which in this case is Jacksonville or Houston. Houston, of course, took care of business on Saturday night on the road in Indy.
Did we talk about how the Titans
Trevor
just scored?
Lawrence. Is this a pick six?
It is.
The Titans just came.
The Titans scored, and then
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence threw a pick.
Titans scored with Derrick Henry, and then a tip ball drill results in an interception for
Play under
Tennessee.
review. Play under review, it looks
I
like.
think he has it still. 1st and 10 for the Bengals, backed up deep in their own territory. You know what would go a long way for Jim Schwartz's backup defense right now? Some kind of big play on defense, right? Either force them to a 3-and-out here, pin them deep, get good field position for the Browns, a takeaway, a sack, a safety, something. Browning in shotgun, standing in his own end zone, takes the snap, quick throw. This is caught, incomplete. Nice breakup that time. Looking for Jamar Chase and Khalifa Halase. Remember him? That's who the Browns added off the waiver wire on roster cutdown day back in August. He has been a healthy scratch for most of the year, but he comes up with a nice breakup that time. 2nd and 10. Score update. Buccaneers on top. 3-0 over the Panthers. 2nd and 10. At the 4-yard line, Browning under center. Takes the snap, hands it off, runs with it, and Mixon picks up about 5 yards. 3rd down coming up here. Let's get a stop here. Span those threes. Let's get a stop here. Defense needs that, right? Get a stop. Get the ball back at midfield. Try to get a score before the half. Who's with me?
I am.
I've got Sam with me. Who's with me?
Thank you.
Let's get a stop. Span those threes. Like Christopher. Christopher's in the house. Good to see you, Chris. Williams here. Oh, all the usual suspects are here. 3rd and 6. Here we go. In the gun. Browns jump off sides. Free play for Cincinnati. And pass is completed down. Oh, dropped. Holy smokes. Tyler Boyd dropped a surefire thing. Would have been a big gain. Instead, it'll be a free play that goes down as nothing. 3rd and 1 coming up after a 3rd and 6 offsides penalty.
It's because we were so loud with the threes. I think we threw them off.
We threw them off for sure.
I think we have to keep them going.
Alex Wright jumped off sides. I was looking for him to have a big day today. He is someone that's going to actually play in the playoffs compared to a lot of the other guys out there right now. So with that, we have 3rd and 1 coming up. Still an opportunity to force a 3-and-out, but you made it a lot harder on yourselves now. There is a 100% chance that this gets handed off to Joe Mixon. Will the Browns stop him? And the Bengals burn their first timeout of the half. So they want to talk things over on this 3rd and 1 play. Super Chat coming in the meantime. Papa T, what's going on? Looks like our punters are healthy. Great news. I'm calling it best combo. Kicker and punter, Pro Bowlers. Let's go Kickers. Dustin Hopkins and Corey Bojorquez have both been sensational this year. It's tough to evaluate punters usually. You're right. Usually you know if they're really, really good or they're really, really bad, but it's kind of tough to figure out the in-between, like 15 guys. Bojorquez has been a top 5 punter this year, and Dustin Hopkins has been a top 5 kicker. And motherfucker, is that offsides in the Browns on back-to-back plays. Sam Kamara is like, he went. That's the worst. I did not, like, yeah.
That's how you know he went.
So the Browns gift the Bengals a first down based off 2 back-to-back 5-yard penalties. That is incredibly frustrating.
By the way, quick point on this. Did Bojorquez get nominated for the Pro Bowl?
Bojorquez did get nominated.
He did not.
He got a, what's it called?
Alternate?
Alternate. That's the word I'm looking for, right?
I hate to be that guy.
Hopkins did, and now I believe 6 guys were alternates for the Browns.
I hate to be trivia guy or fun fact
Maybe
guy.
not.
The Cowboys have both their kicker and punter as Pro Bowl starters.
1st and 10, they hand it off to Joe Mixon. Did Bojorquez get the alternate nod? Colin says yes. My fact checker on it? Yeah. Tony Fields making a nice tackle. 2nd and 16, loss of 6 on the play for Mixon. D-Hop going to be back for a playoff run? I sure hope so. I'm not sure, though. Missed the last 2 weeks. It would be about 20 to 22 days since the injury come wild card weekend. Browning on 2nd and 16 throws over the middle. This is caught Boyd. Hopefully, if you don't have Hopkins for the first round and you win, you get him back for the divisional round. Because the Texans or the Jags game will be in pretty good conditions, either in a dome or in Florida. But if you go to Baltimore, I'd much rather have Dustin Hopkins compared to Riley Patterson. 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12, spam those threes. Let's go, let's go. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Oof, oof.
Snap to Browning, 3rd and long. It's a screen, caught. Screen goes for about 7 yards, but that'll bring up 4th down, and the Browns defense finally makes a stop after Bojorquez pinned him deep. So after giving up a first down via penalties, the Browns do make a stop eventually, and that'll bring up 4th and 5. Let's go. Ryan Tannehill making the start for Tennessee, by the way. Injured Will Levis. 2nd and 7 for the Titans. And the other D-Hop, DeAndre Hopkins, makes a nice catch for 3rd and short. 4th and 5 punt is nearly blocked. Might have been tipped, actually. Goes out of bounds at about the Cleveland 45. I didn't see who it was, but someone for the Browns got deep into the punter's lap, and they might have gotten a fingertip on that football. Under 4 to play in the second quarter, Jeff Driskel and company take the field with good starting field position and an opportunity to get that big, ugly donut off the board. Tim Green with a $10 super chat. Let's go. Tim Green, great year, Matt. Where would you put the Browns on the playoff schedule? There is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this season. Drink up, brother, and go Browns. Tim, let me read to you my schedule prediction. This is what football nerds do.
You have this written down?
Yeah. We predict schedules. I did it last night.
Cannonball coming.
Now, it's a bit tough. It's a bit tough because I don't know who's playing for sure. I don't know the seeding yet. Okay. Here's what I got, though. These are my predictions, not what I would do if I was in charge of making it. These are my predictions of what the networks are going to do. 4:30 Saturday will be Browns versus AFC South. Doesn't matter if it's Houston or Jacksonville. Okay? 8 p.m. will be NFC. It doesn't have to be AFC, NFC, by the way, but I'm just going with that. It'll be Lions-Rams, 3 versus 6, Saturday night. Right? Saturday night game, good matchup right there.
If Matthew Stafford plays his old team, that will be in primetime.
Exactly. So then we move on to Sunday now. 1 p.m., I think the Dolphins are going to win. And because I think the Dolphins are going to win, I think it'll be Dolphins-Steelers. I think the Jags are going to lose, or the Bills losing would then put the Steelers in. So Dolphins-Steelers, 1 p.m. I think the 4:30 game will be Chiefs versus the 6th seed, which would be who's the 6th seed if the Bill? Oh, now it can't be the Bills. The Bills can't be the 6th seed, unfortunately.
It would be if the Dolphins. You're saying the Dolphins
win.
Jags are in. Steelers are in. It would be the Jags.
It'd be the Jags then.
Yep.
So Jags, Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, more importantly, are going to be that 4:30 Sunday slot, no matter who they play, right?
They're going to get Romo on the
That's
call.
going to be Romo, yeah. So I guess I'm going with Chiefs, Jags, or it could be Chiefs, Texans if Jacksonville wins today. 8 p.m. Sunday night, Cowboys NFC wildcard.
By the way, Titans just scored Tyjae Spears' second touchdown of the day. It's now 21-10 Titans.
21-10 Titans.
3 minutes left in the half.
So I think Sunday night will be Cowboys versus the 7th seed out of the NFC. It doesn't matter who, it's Dallas. They'll get Sunday
you're
night
putting
football.
America's team in prime time on Sunday.
1st and 10 for the Browns. Jerome Ford running with it to the left side, and he's going to get about 4 yards on the play. And then Monday Night Football, Eagles-Bucks. Yeah. Or Eagles NFC South champ. It might not be the Bucks. But whoever it is, I think that'll be Monday Night Football. Okay. Victor, I'm sorry about the commercials. YouTube puts them in. I don't have control over the placements. Driskel throws up a duck. That's intercepted. He was hit as he threw, and that got picked off. Logan Wilson came down with the interception. And Logan Wilson's return has a convoy, and he is pushed out of bounds on the Browns' half of the field. Driskel throws his second INT. He was hit as he threw. It hung up in the air forever. And it's 1st and 10. Damn it. I think the Bills missed the playoffs. I do. I know vibes are high in Buffalo right now. I think Miami's going to win today.
Is it too late to put in P.J. Walker? I know, doesn't matter. This game doesn't matter.
P.J. Walker's on the practice squad, I believe. 1st and 10, he is not on. I don't think Walker's on the active roster. They moved him up and down so many times, I lose track. 1st and 10, Browning looking, throwing to his right. This is caught. No, dropped. Yosevich cannot hold on. Vincent Gray with a nice tackle. I think the Bills, I went into this year saying the Dolphins are going to be better than people expect. So I kind of want to hold true to that take. We knew it, yes. Smitty and I did agree that it would come down to this game. I said, Bills, Dolphins, Week 18 could be important. There's Sunday Night Football a month ago. NBC should employ me. 2nd and 10. Pitch right. Chase Brown running with it. And he is taken down from behind. Gain of 2. Alex Wright, Tony Fields, a part of the stop. Red zone peak here. 13-3 Lions over the Vikings as Shelby Harris is slow to get up. Oh, no. Shelby Harris, I do not want to lose him. He is on the ground right now.
All right, but rest all the starters. Take all the starters out now.
Well, you're running out of guys. There's no one out to play defensive line.
They could lose 56. Put an O-lineman out there.
Yeah.
Teach them how to play on the other side of the ball.
Shelby Harris is the injured Brown on the play. They go to commercial right now in Cincinnati. Bryce Young and the Panthers are trailing 3-0, but an opportunity for Carolina to play spoiler for the Buccaneers.
We need a Bryce Young interception, actually.
Oh, we do?
I do.
Took the more on it?
I do, yeah. The little price picks on the day. It was the more on Bryce Young half an interception, and the more on who was the other one? Oh, I guess I'm gonna get a reboot because I actually put Taylor Heineke on there.
I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't fully agree with Stefanski's decision to go find a new backup quarterback in Week 17. May want to just ride it out with P.J. Walker at that point. Because Driskel has come in here, and he's playing with all backups, backup offensive line, backup receivers, backup running backs. It's been a disaster. It's made the Titanic look like a good cruise ship. All right? It's not looking good. I've got boots on the ground reporting from Mr. Danovich saying Harris walked off on his own. Do I have any on-the-field injury updates?
If so, that's very good to hear.
He does walk off, but he goes straight to the medical tent. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious, but John Taffer for the rest of the day, shut it down. I don't want to see Shelby Harris play again. Creative Juice, I don't disagree that, like, PJ was bad, but you could do worse. And maybe we are discovering you could do worse. Like, the floor might be lower than people think for a lot of guys.
By the way, shout out to the audience, shout out to the viewers. We did cross 31-7.
Oh, let's go. We're marching to 32K. Chip it away. Let's go. Now we're going to 31,750.
Oh,
there it is.
There
That's one
it is. There's
sighting.
the Browning cam. The cameraman's like, dude, get out of the way.
Okay, so 3rd and 8. We need one more Mrs. Jake Browning sighting.
I believe that must have been
over at 4 in the first half.
I believe that must have been Sir Browning blocking the camera view.
3rd and 8.
Selfish.
Browning throws to his right. This is caught. Jamar Chase. And nice tackle by Vincent Gray. Vincent Gray had a bad start to the game. He has made some nice plays here down the stretch. A lot of these guys are auditioning to at least be invited back in 2024, right? Can they show some good tape today that, hey, I am worthy of a practice squad spot next year, or at least competing for one of the last couple of roster spots? They might not know or agree, but the rest of us know they're not fighting to be a starter next season, but they are at least fighting to stay on the roster next year. 4th and 3, and we have the 2-minute warning. So 2-minute warning from Cincinnati. It is all Bengals, 21-0. Let's check out Red Zone in the meantime. The Saints and the Falcons are tied at 14. However, New Orleans is at the 16-yard line. If either side wins and the Bucs lose, the winning team gets the NFC South. Derek Carr on 1st and 10. Lofts it up, and that's incomplete. DTR could be back for the AFC Championship. DTR could be back before the AFC Championship game. DTR and Anthony Walker placed on IR, have to miss 4 games. DTR was placed on IR 3 weeks ago now. He was placed on IR after the Bears game. Oh, no. Texans game. He got injured in the Bears game, and then he got injured more in the Texans game. So DTR missed week 17, 18 wild card division. Maybe it is the AFC Championship game. Oh, and Anthony Walker's back by the Super Bowl. I lied. I'm so sorry. My bad. TG44, my bad. Sorry, dude. I can't count well. Let's get the CLEs going in the chat here. Let's go. Spam CLE right now. I was thinking Anthony Walker's back by the Super Bowl, and so is DTR, but no, my bad. Sorry, dude. Spam CLE, time and invalid. Here we go. We got Brent, we got Tim Green, I've got Timmy Turner, Christopher, Samuel, Chris, Spam CLE, let's go. Kathy, Beth Hull, Mary Kay, Schwab, Matt Schwab's wife, Ken G, Rahul Ganesh, Joe Patty with a $2 super chat, Kathy's in the house, Spam CLE, let's go. 2nd and 4 right now in New Orleans. We'll be doing red zone peek-ins throughout the day here. Still tied, 14-all. What does Derek Carr do on 2nd and 4? As the Buccaneers are leading the Panthers 3-0 with just a few ticks remaining in the first half. Empty set for Derek Carr and the Saints. He's looking, he's rolling, he's looking, he's throwing, and that is incomplete. Okay, spam CLE if you want the Browns to win. Meanwhile, the Panthers defense making some nice plays, trying to push Tampa Bay out of field goal range with 16 seconds to go. Evan McPherson is on for a 45-yard field goal attempt on 4th and 3 with 2 minutes to go. Span those M's to miss, M to miss, M to miss.
I'm blowing it wide right.
McPherson's kick from the right hash is up, and it is good. I think Sam blew it the wrong way.
Well, no, it started to go right.
It started to go right. Not enough M's.
The initial
push had enough M's.
The initial gust got it.
Yep. Alex, who do you think the Browns draft in the second round? I want Devontae Tez Walker, wide receiver. Tez Walker from UNC. I haven't done enough thorough draft, I wouldn't even say research, but deep dives into second round targets, because I think the issue with mock drafts this early on is they are just not even wildly inaccurate like all mock drafts are as for who goes where, but they don't even have the guys in the right round still, right? I remember seeing Siaka Ika and Perion Winfrey to the Browns in round 2. They would go at pick 99 and round 4. So let's first figure out who the second round guys are, and then we'll go from there. Super chat rolling in from Firebird. Firebird. Living in North Carolina, I rarely get to see my Brownies. Thank you so much for being here and keeping me in touch with the team I really appreciate you and your partners. What a season. Firebird, cheers to you. Thank you so much, my man. So happy to have people tuning in from all across the country. Go Browns, dude. And the season is not done yet, as you know. Let's do this thing. Firebird, shout out to you, my man.
Cannibal coming.
This is the last little bit of my Coors Latte.
Sam Laporta.
Colin, he's got good awareness skills.
Oh.
He knows what pressure's coming in.
Active listening. Sam Laporta, by the way, left the game of Lions and Vikings with an injury.
I kind of wonder, when you're in a spot like that for Detroit where you need 3 things to happen, you win and 2 other teams lose just to move up, is it worth trying? That's so pathetic of me to say, but
I can understand the mentality. You can understand what Dan Campbell would do. I don't know if Dan Campbell is the type of guy to rest the starters and give them the week off.
Trevor Lawrence just threw his second pick. Titans lead 21-10.
Is this happening?
I think we are going. Thank you, Colin. I think we are going to Houston, boys and girls. It's an 11-point lead right now for the Tennessee Titans against the Jags. I think we are going to Tennessee, Houston. 2nd and 9, it's a handoff to Pierre Strong Jr., and the second-year back has a gain of 6. Under a minute to go in the first half. I think we're going to Houston.
You meant to say over, by the way.
I meant to say over?
You said under a minute ago.
Oh.
Minute 6.
Oh, the Bengals. Well, I kind of said under because
that makes sense.
The clock was going to continue ticking.
I think they're trying to run up the score a little
But
bit.
then the Bengals called their second timeout. This is okay. Take a chill pill, Cincinnati. You're winning 24-0.
Zach Taylor's really going for it here.
And you're burning your timeout so you can maybe get 30 seconds of time with no timeouts.
Well, it's because Zach Taylor's 1 in 7 now in the Battle of Ohio?
Yeah, Buccaneers update. 57-yarder from Tampa is good. 6-0 to end the half against the Panthers. Former Browns kicker Chase McLaughlin made it. 3rd and 2. Pick up this first down so we don't have to punt it back to Jake Browning. Shotgun snap to Driskel. He rolls to his right. Whatever you do, keep the run. Good job. Stay in. Oh, Driskel with his legs has the first down. I was about to say, whatever you do, at least stay in bounds so you can keep the clock moving. But he keeps the clock moving, and he gets a first down. Nice job by number 12.
Type the ones. We haven't
Type
done
those
it often
ones
today.
Type those ones.
Is that their second first down of the game?
That is their second first down of the game.
Wow. The Bengals have 15 of them.
Handoff to Pierre Strong, and a nice run from number 20. Gain of 9, and that's likely good. Let's see, the Browns want to call a timeout. They do. So the Browns use their second timeout with 28 seconds. At the very least, get a field goal off, right? Try and get that 0 off the board. Go into the half down 24-3. That's going to feel a lot better, I feel like. Meanwhile, snowy day in Foxborough.
Dude,
Low-scoring affair.
It is looking tough out there.
Falcons trailing 14-17 to the Saints with the ball and 37 seconds to go in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Tennessee up 21-10 over Jacksonville with the football, 36 seconds, and Ryan Tannehill is going to throw downfield, and that is incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Driskel at midfield. Jeff Driskel rolling with it, and Driskel running with it, and Jeff Driskel picking up about 15 yards with his legs. 18 seconds, Browns call. Do I see a flag? Did I see a flag or a mouth guard? Okay. Browns use their 3rd and final timeout. So Jeff Driskel on 2nd and 2, doing a great job with his legs. Back-to-back plays, running with it. He's like, if you guys aren't going to get open, I'm going to do something with it. So 1st and 10. I want the Jags to come back and win, but I don't want them to come back and win by Trevor Lawrence looking awesome. I want a kick return touchdown, right? I'd love a scoop and score. Scoop and scores are just like lucky. There's a good bounce your way.
We had, what, one of those, 2 of those last week?
Scoop and scores against the Jets. You know, Ronnie Hickman pick 6. That was it. Yeah, and the Jets had a pick 6. 1st and 10. Pass over the middle is wisely, I think, dropped by Jordan Akins. That would have been the end of the first half had he caught it.
There was so much going on in that game.
2nd and 10 with 13 seconds to go. The Browns are about 8 to 10 yards outside of Riley Patterson's range. Riley Patterson does not have a super-duper strong leg. He's known more for his accuracy. Although this year he was inaccurate with the Lions, which led to his release.
Lions tight end Sam Laporta now being carted off to the locker room.
Oh, poor Laporta. That sucks for Lions fans.
That's a big loss.
At the 42-yard line, Driskel throwing, and this is caught Akins, and that's the end of the half. What are we doing here? It's not going to be close. It's 0. This is over. Poor job. They had no chance. There's 13 seconds left, guys. You cannot complete a pass for 10 yards and spike it in 13 seconds.
I think they're saying something about how there's some sort of interference.
There could be defensive delay of game if the defense prohibits the offense from giving the ball to the referee. It's a very rare defensive delay of game. But no, that wasn't delay of game. That's 13 seconds left.
I just saw a couple Browns players pointing. They could be pointing just a point. Honestly,
they're just doing their absolute best right there. So that is the end of the first half here. We'll get the halftime stats up on screen. I've got to use the bathroom, actually, so we'll take a little halftime break, Sam. And then we'll come back for the second half. It's awful. It's 24-0. I'm really not distraught because the backups are playing. I would like for the backups to be more competitive than this. I think we can all agree. But it's a road divisional game. The Bengals woke up ready to play, and the Browns' backups and third stringers are being outmanned right now. They're being outgunned. They're being outplayed. Hopefully they can show some fight in the second half, but ultimately you don't have any of your starters in right now. This would be a very different game with a lot of your key guys. So I'm not going to lose hope over the Browns in the playoffs because of the way Duron Harmon and Vincent Gray are playing right now. Although Vincent Gray has played pretty well. So here are the first half stats, 24-0 bad guys. Jeff Driskel, 4 for 10, 37 yards and 2 interceptions. Browning, slicing and dicing, 12 for 16, 108 yards, 2 scores. Joe Mixon, 9 carries, 90 yards, averaging 10 yards a pop, and he has 2 total touchdowns on the day. So we are going to take a 5, 6, 7-minute break here. I've got to run to the bathroom, and we will come back for the second half in just a few minutes. Second half underway, 3rd and 11 from the Bengals. I think I usually have like a doctorate in timing up football halftimes, but I miscalculated this one. I hung out the water cooler for just a play too long. 3rd and 11, though, for the Bengals. They got the ball to start the second half. At their own 23, I promise we have not missed much at all. They have a snap to Browning, and Browning is going to get sacked. No, he gets out of it. Now he's sacked, though. First effort didn't get him, but the second one did. That's Isaiah McGuire, the rookie out of Mizzou, getting, I think, his first career tackle and sack at the same time. So Isaiah McGuire, the rookie, good effort. He starts on the right side. He'll work his way to the middle, and he's not going to give up on this one. Follows Browning, harasses him, and then gets the sack. Good job by McGuire. Let's go. We are back from our halftime break. 24-0 Bengals as they punted away to start the second half. Prochet begins his return from the 40. That's actually, Prochet. And I don't know why. For a moment I saw 11, and I was about to say Donovan Peoples-Jones. But not anymore. 1st and 10 for Jeff Driskel. Down 24-0. Max T with a $5 super chat. Petey, if we make a deep run, you had better come to Cleveland for a meet and greet. You know 95% of the chat would show up. Max, for starters, I've said, and I'm sticking by this too, if the Browns go to the Super Bowl, I'm doing a polar plunge in Lake Erie. So that's done. Win or lose, they're going to the Soupy. I'm doing a polar plunge in Lake Erie, which will include, of course, a bigger meet and greet in the Cleveland area. But, Max, I might have to do that for this AFC Championship game. Not the polar plunge part, but the meet and greet in Cleveland if the Browns make it all the way to the AFC Championship game. That feels like it is worthy of a get-together. Let me know, Max, or anyone in the chat, favorite spot, favorite bar, favorite saloon, favorite watering hole in Cleveland to go to. That would be awesome for a Browns Report get-together, because that would be awesome indeed. Max, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Let's go Brownies. Mike, I am not in Cleveland right now, no. I work for Chat Sports. It is a company that is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. So we have different people covering different teams, and Dallas is just the HQ for all of us. So this is where I come to work every single day, live in Dallas, but would love to do a meet and greet in Cleveland, get together with the whole Browns Report dog pound. Okay, Super Chat menu, by the way, with Max's Super Chat, it does remind me that I am doing playoff prediction letters. So if you send a $5 Super Chat in, I can write you a handwritten letter with my entire playoff prediction, which I think is fun to look back on because you can see how usually horribly wrong I was. Or I might, get lucky a little bit. I remember my greatest playoff accomplishment predictions-wise, I put a future on the Rams to win the Super Bowl when they traded for Von Miller. That day, I was like, they are going to go all in. Matthew Stafford, they're going to win the Super Bowl. So I got that one right.
How much did you make of that? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was plus 800.
Lovely.
Yeah, I put $10 and I won 80. I mean, they were having a good year to begin with too, but it was plus 800, 10 to win 80. And the other my worst playoff prediction, I told everyone to put everything on the Broncos over the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Got that one wrong. Got that real wrong. That was a bad one.
Yeah.
I was all over Denver that Super Bowl.
Same here.
Yeah. But hey, my email, and we'll put it at the bottom of the screen in just a moment, Matthew@chatsports.com. Here is I won't say the rest of the Super Chat menu, but some other ways to support the show. If you like the video, it really helps the almighty YouTube algorithm out, push our video to more Browns fans. So make sure to like the video. Help us reach 500 likes if you have not already. Okay. So
Christopher is saying that I missed his Super Chat. I thought I'd put it up, but just in case I didn't.
Christopher, I don't think we did. So my bad, Chris. Sorry about that, buddy.
No, my bad.
It's great to not care if we win playoffs. We can only improve our depth talent today. They are seeing full-speed football, Dogs fans, and PD rules. Christopher, shout out to you. Thank you so much, my guy. And I do like the backups getting some good reps here just in case we ever do need them, whether it's in the playoffs or even next year, as a lot of these guys are likely going to be returning. And I can't complain with Cedric Tillman taking a 2nd and 11 pass right now and picking up 7 yards when maybe he doesn't get that target with Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore out there. So that brings up 3rd down. Ultimately, I would like for the Browns to be more competitive than trailing 24-0, especially when it's not Joe Burrow playing for Cincinnati. But I look at the Browns starters, and they're not there. I mean, it's James Hudson, and that's it. And he's the worst starter.
3rd and 4 brings the age-old question: R for run, P for pass.
Oh, R for run. Kareem Hunt's in the game. Just the second snap he's had all day.
What are we going? I'm going pass.
They're going to pass.
They shouldn't, but they will.
Yep. Kareem Hunt going out for a route, and that pass is incomplete. Through the hands of Cedric Tillman, and that brings up 4th and 4. And the Browns are going to punt it away. Speaking of, well, not even speaking of, DeAndre Hopkins just caught a touchdown pass for the Tennessee Titans. So the Titans are now up by 15 points against the Jags. I thought the Jags had a playoff path. Can someone tell me, if the Jags lose but the Bills lose, who are the wild card teams then? I thought Jacksonville would still be a wild card team.
Let me think.
4th and 4, the Browns punted away.
I think you're right. I think it would.
Because I thought they had. Oh, what a beautiful downing by James Prochet. 1 yard line. Another excellent punt from Corey Bojorquez. The best news of the day is that Corey is so back. Oh, really? I thought the...
And then they don't have to lose tonight? Or, like, it doesn't matter if they
It
lose
doesn't
tonight?
matter. Oh, the Bills, this is my issue. This whole time, I've been thinking the Bills and the Jags have the same amount of wins. The Bills have 10, the Jags have 9. So, yes. Because I was like, the Jags beat the Bills in London. I remember that. I woke up at 8:30 for nothing. But no, that's what it was. I feel like the Jags at some point got to 10 wins because they were 7-3. They were 7-3 or 7-2, and they were looking for the 1 seed. And then they lost 5 in a row. Brutal. Raging Braden, what's going on? My prediction, Browns 31, Bengals 27. Raging Braden, in order for that to happen, we're going to need a strip sack right here, right? We're going to need a defensive score, make it 24-7. Bengals get the ball back. Maybe a quick punt, quick turnover. Jeff Driskel comes on the field, finds Cedric Tillman for his first career touchdown. 24-14, down 10, late in the third. Maybe a Dustin Hopkins field goal, make it a 7-point game, go into the fourth quarter. Bengals punted away. Browns 1st and 10 at their own 25. Handoff Pierre Strong Jr. 75-yard house call. We are tied, baby. And then with 35 seconds left, I've got Dustin Hopkins. I keep saying Dustin Hopkins. I forgot he's inactive. Riley Patterson knocking in a 44-yarder to give the Browns the lead. Jake Browning comes on, and he throws an interception to Ronnie Hickman to seal the game. Who's with me? Who's with me? Let's go.
I am.
Red zone peek here. Saints, oh my God, just had one of the most remarkable touchdowns I've ever seen. Chris Olave was bobbling it over the DB's helmet and then eventually hauled it in for a touchdown. Damn. 24-17 New Orleans. Okay. I have made the outline for the Browns comeback. But it must begin with a defensive score here. Safety, not good enough. I don't want a safety. I want a touchdown. I would like a safety, though. But I want a touchdown. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are leading the Panthers 6-0 midway through the third quarter. Here we go. Jake Browning backed up at his own 1 yard line because Corey Bojorquez is him. And the Browns jump off sides. Damn it, Ika. I mean, if you're going to be a rookie DT getting a very rare opportunity to play, don't jump off sides twice. Ika, his second penalty of the day. Third time the Browns' defensive line has jumped off sides. Now it's 1st and 5 from the 6. Very different play calling for Jake Browning and Zach Taylor. It's a handoff and no gain on the. Had that been the last play, it would have been a safety. Lost a yard on the play. So, come on. Like the video. 2nd and 6. I mean, we have rookies out there getting their first start, getting their first meaningful game since the preseason, and they're jumping off sides. 2nd and 6. I don't care too much about the score as much as I care about the player development right now. And Ika's fucking it up. It's an end around, jet sweep, and gain of 6 and a first down for Cincinnati. First and 10 for the Bengals under 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's 28-13, Tennessee over Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, 3rd and 7. Let's see what he does here. 3rd and 7 for the Jags, down by 15. Lawrence throwing, and that is caught, first down. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 12. Handoff to Mixon, and this is a nice run for oh, boy, first down carry. And Joe Mixon over 100 yards today. We talked about this earlier in the show. He's going to become the 2nd all-time leading rusher in Bengals history at the end of the today.
He is now, I believe, 60 yards away.
Yes. 60 yards, you think?
It was something like that. He was like 163. I
thought it was like 112.
Away. Okay. He's got 104 right now.
Okay, that sounds right. My bad. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. And Browning barely gets the handoff to Chase Brown. He's got the first down and more. Chase Brown motoring his way across the 50 down to the Browns' 45. So back-to-back first down runs for the Bengals. And Cleveland's defensive line under the Joe Woods administration has come back. Horrible missed tackle by Matthew Adams. That's going to be tough to watch on film later. Joe Woods is back. Cool guy. I'm not going to give up on Ika after a rookie year in which he played 2 games, but everyone else was way more excited about the pick than I was for a reason. 1st and 10, pitch right, and Chase Brown is tackled by Duron Harmon. Duron Harmon has been a better run stopper than Siaka Ika. He's got about 200 pounds on him. Third and 1 for the Jags. We're keeping tabs on the Jags. I want Jacksonville to somehow come back and win. I'd rather play in Jacksonville than Houston. Trevor Lawrence takes a shotgun snap on 3rd and 1. He gives to ETN, who gets the first. They are across midfield, trying to make an 8-point game or 7-point game. 2nd and 14 for Browning. Throw to the left. This is caught. Gain of about 10 on 2nd and 14. That'll bring up 3rd and medium. We are at 31,000. Oh, we're one sub away from 31,750. One more person subscribe, please. Chipping away, baby. Here we go.
Spam those threes.
Spam those threes. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. Let's go. At the Browns' 40-yard line. If Ika jumps off sides, I am ending the stream. That's it. He didn't jump off sides. Good. Browning throw over the middle. This is incomplete. I'm telling you, this Vincent Gray guy had a rough start to the game. He has forced 3 pass breakups based off good tackling alone. Not just batting balls away. I'm talking peanut punches, forcing balls loose. Nice job by Gray. He was a practice squad elevation, and he's playing for a roster spot in 2024. And as of right now, he's playing like a guy who's going to be on someone's roster. 4th and 4. At the 40-yard line, Browning in the gun. They're going to go for it. Oh, my God, I can't believe it. They got the Browns to jump. Jordan Elliott's a starter, and he's jumping. Unreal. That's the 4th neutral zone, offsides, encroachment, whatever you want to call it, of the day. And I love this. Elliot, that's on me. That's no shit, it's on you, dude. There's no one else in the 96 jersey in white. It's just you. It's got your name. 1st and 10. It's just embarrassing. Handoff up the middle, and Mixon picks up 5 yards. Sam Kamara makes the tackle. Raging Braden, calm me down, please. I mean, if the Browns get blown out by the Bengals, wouldn't their starters be kind of down from that loss? Would the Browns starters be down? I don't know if the Browns starters in the middle of the second quarter next week in the divisional, in the playoff game, are going to be thinking about Siaka Ika jumping off sides. I could see it maybe not having a great a great transition to the next week, but no, I don't think. I think you're reading too much into it. Yosavash on 2nd and 5 takes a wide receiver screen for 6 yards and a first down. Appreciate the super chat though, Mr. Braden, but I don't think the Browns starters are going to take this poor performance from the Browns backups too seriously. Lions are on top of the Vikings, and they've got an opportunity to add on to that lead. If Detroit wins and Dallas and Philly lose, the Lions are the 2 seed. 1st and 10 at the 25. Here's a snap to Browning. Play fake. Underhand throw to Drew Sample, and Tony Fields and Kunasha combine for the tackle, gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Midway through the third quarter, we are getting closer to 31,800 subscribers. 48 away. I'm curious to see where Jake Browning goes next year. My guess is he's not going to go anywhere other than Cincinnati. I think the Bengals are just happy to know they've got a good backup, and they're just going to pay him like a good backup.
Is he a free agent, actually?
I don't even know. I would assume so. 2nd and 8, and Browning is sacked. Let's go. Alex Wright getting his 5th sack of the season. Isaiah McGuire also a part of the stop, and that brings up 3rd and long. He is a free agent. I think the Bengals are just going to go, hey, we're going to pay you 2 years, $10 million, and you get to be a $5 million backup QB. Sounds pretty good to you? Although the Bengals are pretty cheap, so I could see them maybe letting him walk. 3rd and 18, span those threes, let's go! Shotgun snap on 3rd and long, Browning, throwing, caught, first down. Gotta be kidding me. On 3rd and 18, they get 20 yards. 1st and goal, Cincinnati. This drive has pretty much been the entire third quarter. This is a very nice throw by Jake Browning. It's going to go over 2 guys' hands and then right before the DB behind the receiver.
We're coming up on 7 minutes now on this drive.
1st and goal for the Bengals at the 7-yard line. Inside the Factor red zone, Browning pitches left. Mixon running with it. Mixon is tackled. Gain of 1. Alex Wright makes the tackle. 2nd and goal coming up here. By the way, I do have an injury update on Shelby Harris. Shin injury, went to the locker room. Don't expect to see him for the rest of the day. Alex Wright with that last sack. 4 straight games with a sack. Heating up for the playoffs, baby. Let's go. 2nd and goal, under 4 to play in the third quarter. From the 7-yard line, Browning in the gun. Browning takes the snap. Browning surveying, throwing, back of the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Yosavash, his 2nd touchdown of the day. And this is officially a massacre. This is like the Austrian troops on the ice against Napoleon. If you've seen the movie, you know how that ends. It's bad. It'll be 31-0 after the extra point. Jacksonville, who is losing. So we're not getting our Christmas wish at the moment, but Browns are happy to play any team in the playoffs. Oh, believe me, that's what we've been doing. Extra point is up, and it is good. So it's 31-0 bad guys. We do have some super chats to catch up on in the meantime, though. But really quickly, I do want to tell everyone about our awesome sponsor today, which is Factor. So get started on your resolutions with Factor so you are ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered straight to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip the overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door. They're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/BrownsChat50 and use code BrownsChat50 to get 50% off. That's code BrownsChat50 at factormeals.com/BrownsChat50 to get 50% off. Shout out to Factor for supporting the Cleveland Browns Report. Jacob Kistner with a $5 super chat. Watching backups or backups today, bringing back flashback of old Browns, the pain. But this team is the new Browns. Playoffs, let's go Browns, PD letter. Jacob, you know the drill. Email me, Matthew at Chatsports, 2 T's, so I can have a written reminder to write you a letter with your address, of course. And Jacob, you're spot on. These are some 2016, 2017 flashbacks right now. So very happy to know that these guys are not even close to seeing the field in a playoff game. Let's go Brownies, Jacob. You're the man. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year, Jacob Kistner. Brad, #1 Browns fan. Will D-Hop be healthy to kick in the playoffs? That's a big question that I do not have the answer to, and I'm not quite sure if the Browns know the answer to this question just yet. My suspicion is probably not. Hamstring injuries are always tough to play through. When you're a kicker, it's even tougher because your whole money, that's not even a great way of putting it, but your entire success is based on your legs as a kicker. There's no room for error with a leg injury as a kicker. So we might have Riley Patterson for at least the first round of the playoffs. Brad, cheers to you, my man. Tim Green, $10 super chat. Let's go, Tim. Bengals are playing for stats. Shame on Zach Taylor, and see you next year. Have a drink and go Browns. Bring on CJ or the Jags. I like where Tim Green's head's at. Tim Green's like, I don't give a fuck. We're going to win.
Anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Cheers to the entire Green family. Let's go Brownies.
Get a ball coming.
Okay. What are we watching here? Joe Flacco?
It's Joe from the Jets time. He's wearing a Jets shirt.
2022 Joe Flacco. We got Joe Flacco.
I don't know what he's talking about.
It's 2022 Jets, and he's talking about, he's imitating someone. I don't know what that was. The Sozo. What's going on, the Sozo? As we have 1st and 10 for Cleveland at their own 25. Driskel play fake. Driskel rolling to his right, and he throws it out of bounds. First time super chatter. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. Appreciate you, Joe. I bet Joe. The Sozo. I'm watching Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco does not stink. My son and I love watching your channel. We live in South Carolina now, but moving back to Columbus later this year. We appreciate everything you do. Go Browns. Super Bowl bound. Everyone type F in the chat. The Sozo, cheers to you and your son. Thank you so much for tuning in as Driskel has his pass completed to David Bell on 2nd and 10. But let's go Brownies, and we'll see you guys next week at our playoff watch party. Cheers to you all. Uh-oh. Bad news for Falcons fans. 31-17 New Orleans. Cheers, guys.
Cannonball number 2. Cannonball coming.
Woo! Justice and Journalism with Judge Mike Carter.
Say that 10 times fast.
Explain in detail why it is okay to get shit on this badly, even with everyone, even sitting everyone. I don't think it's okay. Like, I think I've said a couple times, I do not want to get rocked, and this is a bigger loss than I think anyone would like to see, even with the backups playing. If I am going to play devil's advocate, I can downplay it by saying you've got one starter on offense playing right now. Like, 10 out of your 11 starters for the playoff game are not on the field. So I think the game could be very different with 10 of those 11 guys out there, including your quarterback. And the same goes for defense. It's not quite 1 out of 11. You still got a few-ish, but not even few. Like, fucking Martin Emerson a little bit, but still, it's been all backups the second half. So it's not great. I would like to see the score a lot closer, without a doubt. But I can find peace in no starters are even close to playing right now. So I see why you could be frustrated, and I'm frustrated too. I'm watching Zach Ika jump offside for a third straight time. But in delay of games from Jeff Driskel down 31-0. So I can at least, stomach backups playing poorly. But I would agree that this is not a good showing. This is not a good way to end the year. Sitting on the bench right now, just like having a pity party, down 31-0. Second and 15.
Another $10 super chat, by the way. Baker's
To the
definitely.
judge.
Cannonball number 3. Cannonball coming. Baker Mayfield is definitely not 100%.
Second and 15, handoff to Pierre Strong Jr., who gets a nice push from the offensive line. Took a 5-yard gain into a 10-yard gain. Buccaneers leading the Panthers 6-0. Panthers just missed a 52-yard field goal. Saints fans must hate that.
So funny enough, in classic Panthers fashion, they converted on 4th down and 5 or whatever it was to get the chains moving, and then moved back a few yards and wound up missing the field goal from just as far.
3rd and 4. Ooh, nice pitch from Desmond Ridder on 3rd and 1 to Robinson.
Is Desmond Ridder their quarterback of the future?
3rd and 4, snap to Driskel at midfield. Pass is tipped up and nearly intercepted. Looking for James Prochet. And that'll bring up 4th and 4. Bijan Robinson, 25 rushing yards. I took the more on his rushing yards. I went 2 for 2 with my Colts-Texans selections. I took the less on C.J. Stroud.
Yes, you said
Got it by 6 yards.
You did say, I will say, because I remember
I was
filming
wrong.
the video, you said Moment would be too big.
Yes. And
Moment was not too big.
No.
He just, good ground game.
He just had 264 yards.
Singletary had some contract bonuses to get.
Yeah. And I said Jonathan Taylor will be the bell cow back. And he was.
Balled out.
Yeah. So now I'm left to Drake London and Bijan. Bengals on the punt return get it out towards the 15-yard line with 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. We're at 31,756 subscribers. If you are not subscribed yet, make sure to do so. We've got daily news and rumors, by the way, meaning we're going to keep you guys up to speed on everything for your favorite team. We do live shows once a week. We don't just do watch parties on baby burp. We don't just do watch parties on Sundays. We do live shows Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you have never tuned in for a live show before, check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a really cool way to see how the sausage is made, as I like to say. And by the way, everything's free. That's pretty cool too. Which means if you don't like it, it's not one of those free, but we take your credit card and we charge you in a week kind of free. No, it's free the whole time. So you can always just unsubscribe if you don't like the content. Who do you want to play, Houston or Jacksonville? I mean, the way the Jags are playing today, of course, I'd rather play the Jags. This is interesting. Clifton Murray might have broken YouTube.
I am broken right now.
Yeah, that's strange. I'd rather play the Jags since the Jags look like the much worse team at the moment, which that's sort of what we expected if the team that you want to play is losing. Of course, they look worse right now. But even if the Jags win, I want to play the Jags because Trevor Lawrence is just not healthy. And that's a pretty desirable playoff matchup. Don't you agree? So if Jacksonville can somehow find a way to claw back in this game, get a defensive or special team score, and then a big play on offense, I'll take it. I'll take it. I do like Tim Green's approach. Don't matter, bring it. Tim Green's ready to just lock in, strap it in. Doesn't matter. Don't matter who, don't matter where, don't matter when. NFC South update, the Buccaneers have a 3-score lead. It's 9-0 in the fourth quarter, Tampa Bay.
By the way, I'm going to go ahead and just make this question the live poll, too, so be sure to get your votes in there. But we did get 2 super chats in that we want to hit as well. Clifton Murray, $10. Shout out to Clifton.
Clifton, it was very strange. It's $10, but usually YouTube color codes the super chats. And this one came in green/teal. But hey, it says $10. It says $10. I don't know how that happened, though. So dog bowl for Clifton. Cheers to you, man. Go Browns.
Cannonball coming.
Woo! Okay. Justice and Journalism with Judge Mike Carter. I hope if, knock on wood, if I ever to be arrested, I don't want to be. I never have been before. I go to court with Mike Carter. Because I feel like Mike's going to see me. He's like, charges are dropped. You're innocent.
I like my odds.
Yeah. I don't know what county Mike is a judge in, but I need to go do some hood rat shit in that county, knowing, like, I'm untouchable. These Browns players playing today are the guys waiting in the wings during regular season games if needed. Playoffs, too. Worrisome, right? They shouldn't be this shitty. Give me some feedback. You are smart. Yes and no. They should not be this bad. No NFL team should lose 31-0. Starters or backups. Not all these guys are your true backups, though. Right? I mean, we're talking about linebackers like Matthew Adams, who are special teams guys. Right? Siaka Ika and Isaiah McGuire, they're not backups. They're third stringers. They're not even active on game day, meaning they're not one snap away from going into the game. So I'm not overly concerned that the guys who are practice squad players or healthy scratches every week are costing the Browns a game right now. So I do see what you're saying, and I'm on the same page that if you lost, okay, you played your backups, but this isn't losing. This is an ass kicking. And that's not going to stand well going into the playoffs, knowing you just got your butts kicked 31-0. 3rd and 8 for the Bengals. Here's a snap to not even Jake Browning. Who is that? 3rd and 8. The Bengals have moved on from Browning. They are resting their backup. That's A.J. McCarron. Oh, my God.
Is his wife there? Is his wife there?
A.J. McCarron. Oh, my gosh.
If A.J. McCarron's wife is in the same suite as Jake Browning's wife, this world might fucking explode.
Is Mrs. McCarron there? What if she's best friends with Mrs. Browning?
I'm searching right now just to double check that they are still married. They are. I just wanted to make sure. I have to remember what she looks like in case we have to spot her in the booth.
A.J. McCarron. You type in A.J. McCarron, A.J. McCarron's wife pops up immediately.
It's the first thing probably, isn't it?
Is in the game for the Bengals. CBS is currently doing a full manhunt for his wife in the crowd. First and 10 for the Browns after the Bengals quickly punted it away. 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. Driskel, play fake. Throwing, catching, no. Dropping is Jordan Akins. Jordan Akins drops that one. 2nd and 10.
We did get another super chat, by the way. Shout out Alex Church. 5 pounds?
5 pounds, indeed. When the Browns get to the AFC Championship game, no one will care about our practice squad losing to the Bengals. You're not wrong, Alex. Like, this is a game that, one, when the preseason wraps up and the regular season gets underway, the moment that first quarter of the regular season is over with, no one thinks about the preseason anymore. Like, you just put it out of sight. 2nd and 10, a run for Pierre Strong Jr., and a nice run indeed. Gain of over 15 yards, and that's going to bring up the end of the third quarter, but a nice first down carry for Strong. Alex, I couldn't agree more, dude. Like, I would hope that the Browns' backups could be better than 31-0, but you're on your fifth starting quarterback, and you've got a bunch of guys making NFL debuts today. Making their first career starts, playing more than just 1 or 2 snaps on special teams. We're talking defensive contributors. I am not going to be concerned about it. I'm really not. Am I disappointed? Sure. I would have hoped for a better showing. But no, I don't come out of this going, uh-oh, this could be a sign of more things to come. No.
You can't take anything from this game. By the way.
Oh, update. Jags, touchdown. 28-20. Evan Ingram, making it an 8-point game in the fourth quarter. I just assumed the extra point would be good. But as of right now, it's still 28-19.
Panthers moving the ball as well, down 9-0 now.
4th and 1 for Carolina. Bryce Young on 4th down, hands it off, and the running back gets it. What a bust Miles Sanders was. I thought Miles Sanders could have been better.
So bad.
He doesn't even play anymore. Okay, the extra point, by the way, from the Jags is perfect. So it is indeed 28-20. 15 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are fighting for their playoff lives.
This game doesn't matter so much, but Justin Jefferson, 38-yard touchdown to make it 20-12. Extra point for 20-13.
Okay. Ken G with a $10 super chat, by the way. Oh, I just love this last message from Bill. Remember, Stefanski has an amazing record after a loss. He has a top 5 NFL coaching record following a loss. He's with the best of them. Ken G, if the Browns are going to go for... I'm sorry. If the Browns are going to go far, they have to beat the better teams. So if it's the Texans, let's go. That's a good point. I usually always try to find in all pro sports playoffs the Mickey Mouse teams, the ones that had easy paths. Last year was the Eagles. They got a bye. Then they got to play the Giants, who were never really all that good. And then they played the 49ers without a starting quarterback or a backup quarterback. So Mickey Mouse run, and look what happened to them. They lost the Super Bowl. I like what Ken G's drinking right now. Right? Get some wear and tear on you. Be tough. I like this, Ken. This is a double dog bowl. This first one's for Ken.
Double cannonball. Double cannonball coming.
And the second one's for G. Oh, it's a minor league baseball broadcast now in the booth. They're bringing friends and family in there. 1st and 10. Some of us are trying to watch Jeff Driskel and Pierre Strong Jr. mount a comeback. Unbelievable. 2nd down. Ooh, Panthers striking. 2nd and 9. What's that? Yeah. The Saints have a 14-point lead to start the fourth quarter. Driskel on 2nd and 9 is sacked. Oh, he's sacked. Big sack. One more point to what Judge Mike Carter said earlier about, like, hey, these are the guys in the wings. Yes, but hopefully not all the guys in the wings come in at once. Like, if an injury were to happen in the game, you'd still have your other starters around the backup, kind of help bring them up a little bit. That's a big difference, right? As opposed to all the backups being out there together. It's the blind leading the blind. 3rd and 19 for the Browns. Driskel takes a shotgun snap. It's a pass. Dump off to Kareem Hunt, his first touch of the day. And Kareem Hunt is going to be tackled after a short gain. And that brings up 4th and long, and the Browns are going to punt it away. You got to get the donut off the board. You have to score a point. Being shut out is just, it's a tough, streak ender, right? First shutout since. No one wants to be shut out. Got to score a point.
Panthers removing. Bryce Young strip sack.
Oh, no. Panthers, we talked about this.
Bucks recover.
Okay, so I'm going to crown the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the NFC South champs.
Whoa,
Yep.
whoa.
Getting out there. 4th and 15 for the Browns. They punted away with under 13 to play in the game.
Whoa there, bud.
Bojorquez with a nice punt, fair catch made at the 11-yard line. So A.J. McCarron will come in. CBS is currently going row by row looking for Mrs. McCarron. They're going to find her. Get a camera anywhere. Meanwhile, update. Let's talk about the Titans and the Jags really quickly. Tennessee leading 28-20 with 12 and a half minutes to go. We're just going to watch this game right now together. It's 28-20.
Do you want me to try and see if we can pull up a multi-screen for it?
No, I don't have the multi-screen just because it gets too small of a box. If you want to get crazy, you want to build another scoreboard for the other game. 28-20. Ryan Tannehill on 2nd and 5, play fake, throw over the middle is intercepted! Intercepted by Jacksonville. The return is on, and the Jags are out towards the 25-yard line, down 8. Ryan Tannehill interception. This is, I would say, good news for us. I know I just took Ken G's comments about going through a tough place, which Houston would be a tougher team, but I think playing Jacksonville sounds pretty cool too. Ryan Tannehill with a costly interception, and the Jags, who are just a few plays away, or one play away potentially, from tying the game. Cisco making the nice INT on the play. 1st and 10 for the Jags. Ryan Tannehill could be playing in his last start. I don't know what he does after this year. It's not in Tennessee, though. At the 28-yard line, handoff to Travis Etienne, and Etienne has a gain of 5. 28-20. Titans over the Jags. Remember, the Browns would play in Jacksonville if the Jags win. If the Jags lose, the Browns are playing in Houston. It's that simple. Oh, look at them now. CBS highlighting all the camera crew. That's actually very...
Is that the Browning cam? Or is that the...
That guy was wearing a Fox hat. That was very
That might have been
interesting.
the Browning cam.
That's actually nice because it's Week 18, so it's the last game for a lot of these camera guys. 1st and 10, though, for the A.J. McCarron-led Bengals. 31-0 Cincinnati. 3rd down coming up for the Jags. We'll get back to that in a moment. McCarron at his own 11-yard line. Takes the snap. It's a handoff, and Chase Brown is bottled up. No gain on the play. The Lions are going to beat the Vikings. I'll say it right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown just had a monster touchdown to make it 27-13. 3rd and 5 in Tennessee. Lawrence and company in the gun take the snap. Trevor Lawrence on 3rd down has his pass broken up, incomplete. 2nd and 12 back in Cincinnati. McCarron takes the snap. Throw over the middle is caught, and a nice run after the catch picks up a yard or two. 2nd down or 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Bengals. 12 minutes to play in Cincinnati. Yeah. I'll keep you updated on the score and stuff. Time Man, you're watching Seeps. Are you cheating on me, Time Man? Time Man, rank your favorite chat sports hosts. Oh, a defensive holding on that last play for Tennessee gives the Jags a 1st down. McCarron and the Bengals at their own 16. 3rd and 5. Take the snap. Sack! Sack! Down he goes! Duron Harmon! Let's go! The 3-time Super Bowl winning safety comes up with a sack. And that brings up 4th and long, and the Bengals are going to punt it away. The safety blitz, baby. Untouched, and an easy sack for number 30. Touchdown, Jacksonville! Touchdown, Jacksonville! ETN! There is a flag. Oh, it's coming back. ETN had a touchdown for what he thought was a moment, but a flag might wipe it away. Meanwhile, the Bengals are going to punt out of their own end zone. 11 minutes to go in the game. Do not jump off sides. And the Bengals get the punt off. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line by James Prochet. Browns ball down 31. I don't know if Kevin Stefanski's a 32-point play in his playbook, but if so, this will be the time to use it. Commercial in Cincinnati. Eyes back on Tennessee. We had a Travis Etienne touchdown run for a moment, but it looks like an offensive hold took it away. 1st and 20, Jags. They're at their own 28, back where this drive started. We're keeping you guys up to date on the Jacksonville game, as that has major implications for the Browns in terms of where they could be playing next week. Quick peek, by the way, in New Orleans. 31-17 Saints over the Falcons in the fourth quarter. And New Orleans is at the goal line trying to make it a 3-score lead. And Derek Carr is unsuccessful on 3rd and 3. But a field goal would do the trick. By the way, Bucs still leading the Panthers 9-0 late in the fourth quarter, looking like Tampa is on their way to a 3rd straight NFC South title.
You're doubling down on that one. No double jinx, no nothing.
No, now the 2-win Panthers. Now the 2-win Panthers. They suck. They are so bad. I don't know why we didn't give our rookie QB a start for more experience. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is on injured reserve with a hip injury. Unavailable. By the way, the Saints' field goal attempt is good. 17-point lead in the Big Easy for the Saints. Back in Tennessee. 1st and 20, Jags, after a holding call, wiped away a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence and company down by 8, fourth quarter. Lawrence throwing to his left. This is caught, and a gain of about 8 by Zay Jones. Okay. Second down and 9 coming up in Jacksonville. Or in Tennessee, I beg your pardon, between the Jags and the Titans. Baker Mayfield, maybe just shut it down because he is limping on every play right now. I know that we're biased towards Joe Flacco winning Comeback Player of the Year, but why do we not talk about Baker winning Comeback Player of the Year a bit more?
Thank you.
Just like league-wide.
Thank you.
Like, what he's done this year has been nothing short than tremendous in terms of expectations.
They were literally, everyone thought they were going to be taking for Caleb.
Yeah. 2nd and 9 for the Jags. Zay Jones picks up about 7 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and short. First and 10. Driskel throw into his left. That's caught. Cedric Tillman with a nice play. He takes a big hit at the end. Oh, gosh. Cedric Tillman's down. Oh, no. The Bengals athletic training staff ran to help Cedric Tillman, who took a big hit from behind. Oh, gosh. If there's one guy in the field who plays at all, it's Cedric Tillman. Him and James Hudson are truly the only starters out there, and one of them just got hurt. So Cedric Tillman took a big hit from behind. He stayed on the ground motionless. Bengals athletic staff quick to go out and help him right by their sideline. And commercial right now in Cincinnati. Not good. Not good. Red zone update. Touchdown, Jordan Addison, Minnesota Vikings go down by 7. 1st and goal for the Jags. They must have picked up a first down while we were watching our game. Lawrence and company down 8 minutes to go. It would need a 2-point conversion just to tie the game. Lawrence takes a 1st and goal, shotgun snap, throws to the end zone. That is incomplete. Oh, Cedric Tillman, please be okay. Let me see if I have an update for you guys. No update on Cedric Tillman. Not good. Bengals, I beg your pardon, Buccaneers are 3 minutes away from winning the NFC South. Snap to Trevor Lawrence on 2nd and goal. His throw to Zay Jones is short of the goal line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1 for Jacksonville. If they lose, they are out of the playoffs. If they win, they have a home playoff game waiting them. Plus, if Jacksonville wins, not only are the Browns going to Jacksonville, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be that much closer to being eliminated from the playoffs. Cedric Tillman able to walk off the field under his own power, go into the blue medical tent, walked off okay, it looked like. Fingers crossed, nothing serious. That's my guy right there. 1st and 10 for the Browns at the 37-yard line. Driskel under center takes the snap. It's a handoff and a run for Pierre Strong Jr. that picks up 7 yards. 4th and goal between the Jags and the Titans. 7 minutes to go. We'll put a pin in the Browns game. It'll be 2nd and 3 in just a moment. But we have 4th and goal in Nashville at the 1-yard line. Jags down 8. 7 minutes to go. Lawrence at the goal line. QB sneak. I don't think he got it. Let's see. He tried to stick his arm over, and he might not have. Oh, I don't think he got it. He just took the snap and just dove with his arm, knowing all he has to do is break the plane. And the referees say he's short. 2nd and 5 for the Browns. Pierre Strong Jr. is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Trevor Lawrence, he didn't come close. He didn't get it. Trevor Lawrence did not get it. So the Jags are going to turn it over on downs. That play was executed correctly. They just misidentified the distance and how long Trevor Lawrence's arms were.
It almost
he got the full reach.
It looks like the D-line did a good job of just getting underneath him.
Yeah,
to where, like,
kind of pushed him back a little bit.
Pushed his legs back. Like, he couldn't jump, really.
Pierre Strong Jr., by the way, for the Browns, after that 2nd down run, leaves the game kind of tending to his lower back. That brings up 3rd and 4, so we'll have Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt for the rest of the game, potentially. 3rd and 4. Snap to Driskel. On 3rd down, he throws to his right. That is incomplete. Looking for Jerome Ford, and that brings up 4th and 4. Oh, Desmond Ridder fumbled. He had gone so long today without turning it over. Is this his fault? This is a snap he was not prepared for, and it went right by him. It was a good snap. But Desmond, we talked about it. You can't give the ball to the other team. That was some feedback we gave. 4th and 4. Browns are going for it. 4th and 4, under 9 to play. Snap to Driskel. Driskel on 4th down, airing it out, going deep. Touchdown! David Bell, his 2nd career score! The Browns are on the board. Let's go! David Bell ends the drought. Driskel going for the home run. It's a grand slam. Double coverage. And David Bell just walking backwards, waiting for it. That's a really good throw, too, right? This goes over 2 defenders. Maybe intercepted or could have been intercepted, but falls to the waiting hands of number 18. And the Browns have their first touchdown of the day midway through the 4th quarter. 31-yard throw and catch. And Riley Patterson, called on for the first time today, has knocked through the extra point. We're on the board. No shutout. Let's go. 31-7 bad guys. You want to put the 7 on the board? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Okay, in the meantime, you want to put the ESPN thing? Or put just another way in? That works too. So it's 31-7, Cincinnati over the Browns, midway through the 4th quarter. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on what goes on in Tennessee. My suspicion is the Titans are going to punt it back to the Jags, who are going to wish they did not blow a great opportunity. Bucks are going to clinch. Yeah, Bucks are going to win. So the number 4 seed in the NFC will go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're in victory formation. So Baker Mayfield will be hosting a home playoff game for the first time in his NFL career. Meanwhile, the Jags-Titans involves Jacksonville jumping off sides from the 1-yard line. So that makes it a little bit easier for Tennessee. 1st and 5 at their own 6 now. The kick return, meanwhile, for Cincinnati is not a great one. James Prochet making the tackle, bringing down the return man at the 18-yard line. Look, like, Trevor Lawrence takes the snap standing at the 3-yard line. And he just starts diving from the 3. Does he think he has 3-yard long arms? That's just not the right play call for where you are lined up. 1st and 10. Bengals, with 8 minutes to go in the game, send out all their backups. A.J. McCarron in for another drive. First and 10. McCarron hands it off, and this run is going nowhere. Alex Wright with some nice pursuit. TFL for number 91. 2nd down and 11 coming up here. Meanwhile, Tennessee, they have picked up a first down or two. They are all the way out to their own 30-yard line with under 7 to play, giving themselves some breathing room. What's funny is the Titans and the Jags played last year in Week 17 in what was essentially Week 18. I don't remember which one. But it was a playoff game for Tennessee and Jacksonville. Titans trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. And the Jags beat them. And now it's being turned around. 2nd and 12. Snap to McCarron. Handoff. Run to the left side. That goes for maybe a yard or two. The Zozo. Touchdown. We're winning the Super Bowl. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof. Take a big drink from the dog bowl. The Sozo, say less. Cheers to you, my man. Sozo, producer Sam just ran out of the room. When he comes back, we'll put it on screen for you. 3rd and 11. Snap to McCarron. 3rd down. Screen pass cost. Chase Brown is going to get close to the first down. Not quite sure if he's got it. It'll be 4th and short if not. Hopkins, by the way, for Tennessee on 2nd and 9, picks up about 3 yards. They say Chase Brown did not get the first down, so 4th and 1. Bengals are going to punt it away on 4th and 1. And the punt is off. And fair catch made at the 25-yard line by James Prochet. So Browns football down 24 with 6.5 to go. I'd like to get a touchdown on the board here. 31-14 is, hey, we got our butts kicked, but hey, we can improve. 31-7 is, take a look over there. What happened in Cincinnati? This was the super chat we just read a moment ago from the Zozo. Can we throw my email really quickly, Sam, at the bottom here? If anyone sends in a $5 super chat or more, I'm writing letters for everyone that sends a super chat in with playoff predictions. So if you want to get a letter, just email me your address. That's all I need from you. Matthew with 2 T's, not 1 T, 2 T's at chatsports.com. 1st and 10 for Driskel and company at their own 25.
It's funny how you have Matthew's email, Matthew.
You have no idea how many people have emailed Matthew with 1 T. Which, by the way,
not very common.
No one spells their name, at least not their first name, with 1 T. There's some 2 T's, 1 T last name Matthews. But no. It looks so naked when I see Matthew with 1 T. It's just to the eye like...
It just looks wrong.
Yeah. Put some pants on, dude. We have company over. I might have said the Lions won that game too quickly. 27-20 Detroit, but the Lions are going to punt it away. with 8 minutes to go in the fourth.
I think they're kicking the field goal. I think they're in Minnesota territory.
By the way, Trevor Siemian and the Jets, they were leading 6-3, but a nice reception from Breece Hall gets them into field goal range. They would tack on 3 more. It is 9-3 Jets in a field goal battle at Foxborough with 8 minutes to go in Bill Belichick's potential final game as a Patriots head coach.
Would you like to hear the quarterback stat lines from this game?
Oh, can I guess?
Yes, please.
I want to guess. All right, we're guessing quarterback stat lines. Trevor Siemian, I'm closing my eyes, is 7 for 20 for 72 yards.
He is 8 for 20 for 70 yards. Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi is 5 for 14 for 55 yards.
Almost identical to Simeon. He's 8 for 23 for 8 for 23 for 65 yards.
Wow. 1st and 10 for the Browns, under 5 to play in the fourth quarter.
Breece Hall has as many rushing yards almost as both quarterbacks combined. He has 115 yards. They've combined for 135. And the Lions were in Vikings territory, so they kicked a field goal. They're up 30-20 now.
I am prepared to say the Saints are going to beat the Falcons.
Yep.
Driskel on 1st and 10, running in the pocket, now running upfield, and Driskel with his legs gets about 8 yards, pushed out of bounds, under 5 minutes to go, which means the clock does stop. But the home clock operator has a date to go to. He just kept the clock. Oh, he ran the clock, and then he stopped it. Because he realized after under 5 minutes, you stop the clock when they go out of bounds.
By the way, going back to that Falcons-Saints game, they're down 41-17. Is there a possibility they bench Desmond Ridder again? Is there who is the other quarterback?
Logan Woodside is the third stringer. You have nothing. He's not a rookie. He's a nobody.
Well, yeah, but at this point.
I know. Michael Jordan. Deshaun Watson, the worst contract in Cleveland sports history. No debate. Facts. Well, for starters, it's a debate, which means there's no facts. And for second thing, it's been 2 years, and he has a winning record. So I would say there's a bit of a debate. 1st and 10, Driskel keeps it himself. He runs it, gets out of bounds, gain of 8. Yep. The Titans have 2nd and 13 at their own 35-yard line. Derrick Henry goes nowhere. Yep. 2nd and 1 for the Browns. Wow. You know it's bad when the TV broadcast starts naming out all their technical directors and producers with 4 minutes to go in the game.
That's hey, once this game is over, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Wrap up the broadcast, let's bounce.
Indeed. 2nd and 1. QB sneak for Driskel, and he barely gets it. That'll bring up 1st and 10 with 4 minutes to go. All right, checking in on the Patriots-Jets game, because I'm very curious to see if the Bill Belichick era ends with a win or a loss to the Jets. He has dominated that team. The Jets have not beaten the Patriots in a very long time. Like, people think about the Patriots dominated the Bills.
I believe it's a 15-game winning streak for New England.
Yeah. We're talking 7 years. Right now, it's 3rd down for New England, but a flag on the play.
That's wild. Even when the Patriots have been bad for the last 4 years, they still sweep the Jets.
1st and 10, snap to Driskel. Throw to his left is incomplete, looking for Akins. Been a tough day for Jordan Akins. There's a couple guys on the field right now that are one snap away from going on. Akins is one of them, and he's dropped 3 passes today. 2nd and 10. Joe Flacco hanging out on the bench. If you were in Joe Flacco's shoes, I'd be tempted to sneak a snack on the bench. Like, there's got to be a plethora of food in the locker room. Just like, can I get a hot dog?
Pull a Dak, eat a turkey leg on Thanksgiving.
2nd and 10 at the Bengals 43. Driskel dumping it off, caught by Jerome Ford. Ford turns upfield. Jerome Ford with a nice run after the catch. Gain of 15 or more. And the Browns are going to have 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
We haven't done it too much today, but type those ones.
Let's get another touchdown. Let's win the fourth quarter. How about that? Win the fourth quarter. Go into the locker room going like we played our best ball at the end. It was just that those first 3 quarters that really got us.
You win the fourth quarter. You win the second half. Right now they're tied at 7. Win the second half.
Belichick is livid.
For half the game, they were the better team.
Yep. Bailey Zappi is sacked. On which, so put the multi-channel box on. Touchdown Browns! David Bell, his second touchdown of the day. Let's go! David Bell. If it's a TV issue, put the channel with all 8 games on. Oh, you want to know? It is this channel. Try which channel? Oh. No. Is that this channel here? But they switched it, he's saying. Okay. I see. Okay. Sorry, everyone. We were trying to help another YouTube channel here with their TV issues. I got distracted. David Bell touchdown. That's what matters most. 2 scores for Bell. That's nice. If Cedric Tillman does not get hurt, I go into this post-game feeling a little bit more chipper about the direction some of these players are headed after their performance today with extra snaps. So another touchdown, another extra point. It's 31-14. Let's go. Okay. We are going to have eyes on Jacksonville and Tennessee. It's Jags ball with 2.5 to go, down 8, no timeouts. Used all 3 timeouts to get the ball back. Just a 2-minute warning to stop the clock for Trevor Lawrence. Meanwhile, Riley Patterson's going to kick it off. And fair catch made. Okay. The Bengals are going to need this game out. Hopefully the Browns don't call timeouts. I hate when coaches call timeouts and blowouts.
These would be the most meaningless timeouts
I think it's
ever.
I honestly do think it's rude to the fan base that people that paid money for parking, for beer, for food, for tickets, and then in a blowout game, you've got the audacity to make them sit there longer to watch your shit product today. That really grinds my gears. Meanwhile, second down for the Jags. That's likely going to be only a 7-yard gain and the final play before the 2-minute warning. So the Jags, 2nd and 3 in their own territory, down 8. The Bengals do hand it off with 2.5 to play. If Kevin Stefanski calls a timeout. Okay, good. Good, Kevin. Good. I think it's incredibly, rude's not the right word, but frustrating. Because NFL game day experiences are so expensive. Parking is $50. Tickets are ungodly expensive if you want to sit anywhere that's not the last row. Food's expensive. Drinks are expensive. You're down 31-14. I hate when coaches are like, we're going to really milk this one out. No.
And by the way, you've already had a few injuries today.
Anthony.
There's no point in dragging this one out.
Yeah, Anthony, what's the score of the Saints? Saints a lot, Falcons a little. 41-17. 2-minute warning, Sam. We are telling everyone about, drum roll please. Today's Cleveland Browns report is sponsored by Game Time. You shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. So let's say you want to go see, I don't know, maybe a Cavs game, or you want to go on a road trip, go see a Browns road playoff game, potentially home playoff game later on, but you never know. Whatever it is, make sure you check out Game Time first. Because Game Time has so many awesome features, right? Not only do they let you get tickets after the start of the event, so if you really want to go last minute, Game Time is the place to visit first, but also you can get a bird's eye view of what your seat will be before you purchase your ticket. And then most importantly, they're giving the Dog Pound $20 off when you download the Game Time app and redeem the code BROWNSCHAT for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Terms apply. Redeem the code BROWNSCHAT for $20 off. That link is in the chat, comments, and description of today's video. Shout out to Game Time for supporting today's show. Game Time. Place to get lowest price, last-minute tickets guaranteed. Jeremy Stallman with a $20 super chat. Jeremy, my main man. To the both of you, thank you for doing a great job. Playoff bound, here we come. Doesn't matter who it is. Let's go, Browns. Drink one for me.
Anyone.
Jeremy, say less.
Anytime. Anywhere. Shout out, Jeremy. Today's MVP, I believe?
Oh, without a doubt. Jeremy has been putting up generational numbers.
Yep. Jeremy put the team on his back today.
Yeah, Jeremy's he's putting together with Mike Dibble a great race for the MVP of the entire regular season. Jeremy, thank you so much, man. Go Browns, dude. Checking in on the Jags after the 2-minute warning. They're at their own 33-yard line. 2nd and 2. Lawrence, no timeouts, takes a snap. Trevor Lawrence on 2nd and 2. Airs it out. Has a man. It's dropped. Calvin Ridley dropped a 50-yarder. It was a little bit in front of him. But, man, it would have been a huge gain. 1:50, and this pass goes just past his fingertips. If it's overthrown by this much. 2nd and 11 for the Bengals now.
By the way, get in the chat. Who do you want to play, Houston or Jacksonville? It's also the live poll.
Okay, run for Cincinnati. The Browns are not going to call a timeout. Just ignore the Browns-Bengals game. Final score is 31-14. Spoiler. Let's talk Titans-Jags right now. 28-20, 3rd and 2, incomplete pass for Trevor Lawrence. And the Jacksonville Jaguars season will be over if they don't gain 2 yards. Should they go for it or punt? I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
I didn't even see how many timeouts they had.
I wanted to see how serious
I thought there was like a situation they had 3 timeouts. Like, there's a chance.
3rd and 11, meanwhile, in Cincinnati. The Bengals are going to run it. It'll be 4th and 9, and they will punt it away. Let's watch Jacksonville, Tennessee. Oh, the ball is on A.J. McCarron calling a timeout at minute 16. All right.
What a dick.
Whatever. 4th and 2. Oh, boy. At the 33, Trevor Lawrence down by 8. No timeouts. Minute 50 and a timeout Tennessee. Timeout Tennessee on 4th and 2. So both the Bengals and the Titans calling timeouts here. Patriots, by the way, with the ball, down 6. 3 minutes and counting, all 3 timeouts. Help us get to 31,800 subscribers, 29 subs away. Let's get there so we can get to 32K before our wild card watch party next weekend. And the Patriots just picked up a big play, it looks like. 3rd and 11 for the Bengals. McCarron hands it off, and what did I say? Gain of 2, 4th and 9 coming up. Cincinnati will punt it away. The Browns will take a knee. It'll be final in, you want to just do this? Yeah, it'll be final in Cincinnati in a moment. In a minute, to be exact. 4th and 2 for Jacksonville. Here we go. This is the game. This is the game. Lawrence and the Jags. 4th and 2. No timeout. Snap to T-Law. Lawrence throwing. Incomplete. Overthrew him. And that's the game. The Browns are going to Houston. The Cleveland Browns will be going to Houston, and they will be playing the Texans. There it is. Browns-Texans wild card round. Browns-Texans. That's the matchup next week, everyone. Here we go. Browns-Texans. Trevor Lawrence on 4th and 2 with the season on the line overthrew the shit out of that pass. I don't know what he's... Evan Ingram's not even that open, which, hey, you can't take a sack there anyway. But, man, that is an awful throw with the season on the line. So, the Jags are going to lose. Tennessee's in victory formation, no timeouts, done in Nashville. Meanwhile, the Browns have 1st and 10 with 29 seconds left. God bless David Bell for 2 touchdowns to get the 0 off the board. They lose 31-14. So, confirmed. It is done. So, that's it. Browns get ready for Houston. We're going to do a Browns-Texans preview next. Not during our live show, but that's going to go out in, 30 minutes or so. So stick around for that. Check in the channel. But I'm going to do a full Browns versus Texans preview in the next 10, 15 minutes or so once I kind of collect all my thoughts after watching today's games. But the final score, 31-14, Bengals over the Browns. Kevin Stefanski falls to 6-2 against the Bengals all time as the Browns head coach. Not a great showing, let's be honest. They lost 31-14. They beat the Bengals third stringers for 14 points in the fourth quarter. But all eyes on Houston. The Jags lost. We can confirm Browns, Texans, wild card weekend. We will see you next weekend. Go Browns.